Welcome to Last Week Rewind. Take it away, boys.
We are back, baby.
Woo!
Last week
Love
Rewind.
that intro.
Oh,
Just gets me going, dude.
I'm so proud of myself.
That energy right there.
I can't wait until we do the Japanese version of it one week.
Take it away, Brian.
All right, this is Last Week Rewind. I'm your host, Mike. To my left is Tom.
Hello.
And to my right is Chase.
I'll be identify as Benny Billy tonight.
Oh, Jesus, dude. Don't mock one of our only listeners. Even though he's actually said he's never listened. So.
Oh, really? I was going to say, I wonder if
he did listen to TJ. He listened to all of TGM Uncensored back in the day.
Yeah, didn't he catch up at one point? Were we still doing it, or it was deep into us doing it, and then
he was really into it. He's like, oh, I like it. But then I told him about this podcast when we started Best/Worst, and he never checked it out. And then I was asking about Rise of Skywalker, and I was telling him about how we covered all the Star Warses on the podcast. He's like, oh, I still haven't listened to it. I was like, all right, go fuck yourself.
I wonder what his take is on all of them, because I know you said that he did love the Rise of the Skywalker, or he liked it.
Liked it, yeah. I don't know. And plus, he also saw it a few more times. I probably should have checked in and seen, if his views have changed, especially after listening. Because I know he does like a lot of podcasts about movies, and they can be very influential on your hatred. I tried to avoid them. I only listened to about... I think I listened to one podcast review of Rise of Skywalker.
Yeah.
And then after the hatred that one did, I was like, I'm good.
I'm interested to see when the dust settles and eventually if people circle back to it and years from now and if they have a different take on it.
Yeah.
Yeah, if it's anything like the prequels.
Yeah, because
people
now
hated the prequels. Now people will claim that the prequels.
Yeah. Like the Revenge of the Sith, I see it even on social media and stuff, people talking about it. Or on fucking weird apps and stuff, how now there's a resurgence where people think that was one of the best Star Wars.
Yeah, best out of the three of those.
Oh, yeah.
Jesus Christ. People are so dumb. This is revisionist history. It's
people think people say the worst rated ones are the first one and the last one of all of the movies.
Mm-hmm. I just feel like people are forgetting that from 2005 to 2012, we thought Star Wars was fucking dead.
Yeah.
More dead than... I mean, we weren't alive during the mid-'80s when people thought Star Wars was probably never coming back. Mm-hmm. Or the early 90s. But, man, Star Wars was in the dumps.
I know.
People hated the prequels. We were there. We lived it. I was there.
I was there.
God, we were there.
Yeah.
We were there.
I do really want to jump into the Clone Wars. That whole
the animated stuff
series.
I mean, it's on Disney Plus, pal.
I wonder how it would hold up if it's not too gimmicky or too cartoony.
It's very, some episodes. I've watched the first season. It's very kiddie sometimes, and it's also very the mission of the week.
Yeah,
that type of shit. It's. I don't know. It might be a tough watch.
I just want to see other sides to it, to see more about Grievous, and then.
Yeah, I heard he gets really good in the later seasons,
Duke,
3
Dooku
through whatever. Yeah, well, it'd be cool to learn more about Dooku for sure.
Dooku, yeah.
And then Star Wars Rebels dives more into Darth Maul. It'd be cool to see that.
Because I've seen a lot of the lore stuff come out lately, because obviously people are talking more and more about Star Wars, and they say that he's one of the most powerful Sith.
Darth Maul?
No. Dooku.
I don't know.
They've listed.
We should call up, according to Tom, that kid. What's his name?
Who?
Your friend, our only listener.
Oh, the guy at work?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, he should be our Star Wars go-to because he reads the novels.
Yeah, you got to read the... Yeah, if you read the books,
it could have just been a made-up opinion list. But I saw something that came up and it was listing different Sith Lords. And, some of them I've never made the movies because they're distant, in the past. But then but he was... I keep seeing his name come up as considered one of the more powerful ones. But the movies did him
no justice.
Right.
He died.
He had one battle, and then he dies in the beginning of Revenge of the Sith.
Yeah.
We miss a whole period of time in the Clone Wars when he was probably powerful.
Oh yeah.
But hey, I'm just going off the movies, man. I'm not diving deep.
Yeah.
We're all casual Star Wars fans here.
I know. I want some deep movies. I want some more shit to come out. Some prequels of the prequels.
Prequels of the prequels.
Yeah.
Well, there was a report, like a leak, that's saying that the next trilogy that they're going to do might be 400 years in the past.
Really?
During the High Republic times. When like the Republic.
Oh, I did see that.
Yeah, you saw it. Yeah, when like the Republic
yeah.
was at its heights, and stuff like that. And like it's when the rule of two was like started.
Yeah.
Of the Sith.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I started.
That's a cool time period. That'd
watching
cool.
a YouTube thing that was breaking down the history of the rule of the two and how it started with the Sith and stuff.
Well, time will tell.
Yeah.
All right, let's move on to the last week spotlight.
Last week's spotlight.
Yep.
Spotlight of the last week.
That's where we talk about what we've done the last week, what we watched,
shine the
what we
light.
played. We're gonna shine the light on Tom. Just Tom, not us.
Let's pull back the curtain on last week.
All right. So, what do you guys watch? Anything good?
I watched a few shows.
Yeah. What do you watch?
I finally, I've been watching the season, the finale of How I Met Your Mother.
Really?
No.
Oh,
I
like that show.
Yeah. Oh man, I can't do sitcoms. They're so fucking hard.
Yeah.
But no, I mean, like I was saying, Bethany and I watched Fleabag.
Yeah.
So we watched there's only 2 seasons. I thought there was 3, and then we looked, and then we read up on like, oh, they must have more coming out, but no, because that actress, like Amazon, snatched her up, because I think she was like that show came from One Woman Show. I don't know if she
Phoebe Waller-Bridge, I think is her name.
Yeah, I don't know if she like physically like performed the One Woman Show, because she breaks the fourth wall in that show. So she'll be like talking to like obviously the camera to the audience, and then like then talk to whoever she's talking to. But I don't know. I like that show a lot. It was funny. It was like
was it very British?
Yes and no. Like I mean, it's not like weird quirky. Like,
it's not like the British Office. It's more like you can watch it as an American.
It is like dry, like sarcastic humor, but like not in like a weird British way. Like there's a lot of quick comebacks. There is one of her sister who's in the show. Like the sister in the show is married to an English, like an American actor, and I can't. You guys, as soon as you'd see him, you'd recognize him.
Wait, isn't the guy from Stranger Things season 3 in that, or 2 and 3 in that show? He's like bald with a beard.
Yes.
Yeah, he's in there, right?
Yep, he's in that, and he's funny because he's like this like complete like asshole drunk husband who just is like wicked perverted and like says shit out loud.
Yeah, because he's awesome in Stranger Things.
Yeah, no, and he's really funny in that
With
show.
him and Lexi, right?
Yeah. Because he's always like, Lexi, where's Lexi? And he's always like yelling about him. But yeah, no. So, but that was good. So we watched that, and that was only 6 episodes a season. There's only 2 seasons, so that goes by fast. I watched Don't Fuck with Cats on Netflix.
Yep, as me and Tom too.
Yeah,
Actually, we haven't told you that we watched it.
Completed it. Oh yeah,
yeah, we watched it.
Oh yeah,
we watched almost the first episode. Then I went to bed, and the next morning I finished it, and Tom had already finished it.
Oh yeah,
it was fucking good.
Wild.
Yeah,
dude.
It was wild.
Yeah, it was odd.
Dude,
yeah.
Luca Magnotta.
Luca, like when they first started talking about Luca, like when they were like, and then we found this guy Luca. I originally was like, this will become a dead end. That's not the guy that's doing this. They're gonna find out he's connected maybe one way or another. But then when they were like, it got to the point like, no, this is the guy. I was like, what the fuck? This weird Ken Barbie doll dude.
Yeah, he like when they show him like in the beginning when they first started looking into him, like he made up a lie about being involved with the serial killer. Like,
oh yeah,
like
yeah,
like that he's dating her or something, and like says he's not. And then like him in the office, he's like standing there, like I don't know, is this so weird? And like
and I was like having a hard time wrapping my head around that part where they were like, this guy wanted to have me do an article, like free his name of something. Like I was like confused, like what is he?
He was just trying to become a celebrity. Like,
yeah. But his whole identity was made up.
Oh yeah, yeah.
It's weird. His
name was fake.
His name was Eric, like some weird.
And his all those videos online were all made by him.
Oh yeah.
It was all like he just put all his own stuff out there. He wasn't actually famous.
Yeah, no, he was like pretending.
He was a fake model.
Yeah, he took fake it till you make it to the max.
Right.
But man, he kills those cats.
And then it just got so disturbing.
Oh my god! And he kills the guy, and like they were describing the video like him chopping off the head and playing with it, and like in the tub.
I know. Yeah.
It's like, oh my god! Like
I got frustrated with some of the people in the documentary where like his mom
Oh my God!
It was like so like
delusional,
and it was like, okay, he comes from obviously a weird background, but then like that the head of the FBI that was involved with the investigation.
No, it was the Canadian, whatever it was.
The Canadian.
The woman.
Yeah. I could not stand her.
Oh yeah.
Where she was like, and I felt like I was like watching the thing happen. Like, oh my God, there's a murder. It's happening in front of me. It's like, It's like it was like you're in charge of murders. That's your job. Like, what are you talking about? You can't be. You're this shocked every time.
I know.
Isn't this your? That was like the John Mulaney thing where it's like he does the skit about Ice Cube on NCSI and how Ice Cube always like doesn't understand the crime at first, and he'll be like, "You talking about a guy who gets off on touching little kids?" And they're
You're
like,
talking Ice-T. You said Ice Cube.
"Oh yeah, Ice-T."
Okay.
And
I was like, "What show is Ice Cube on?"
Oh yeah, Ice-T.
Yeah, Ice-T.
And he's like, Ice-T, you're in charge of the Special Victims Unit where we handle New York's most sensitive cases.
Yeah, AKA rape.
It's called a pedophile. and then he always figures it out. He's like, "Oh, I get it." And and it was like I was just like, man, this lady just seems so annoying. Like, but I think it was the documentary trying to like kind of.
Well, it's also the way that the documentary, like there was a lot of talking heads, like the fucking two Facebook people, the guy and the girl, like they were kind of getting on my nerves.
Yeah,
a little
them
bit.
too. Yeah,
Like, they swore a lot, which was kind of weird in that documentary. Like they said "fuck" a lot. Like it was like, yeah, we're gonna try to fucking catch that fucking guy.
Yeah,
and it's just like, what? Like why are we swearing?
Yeah, and I thought the same thing about that
of
detective lady too. I don't know if she was from if it was Montreal.
It was Montreal. She was like
the
Montreal police.
Where I thought the same thing. I was like, I think what they're trying to do is to show that even someone that does this for a living was so disturbed by this, but it also was like at the same time like kind of like.
And just the way they told the story, where it was like they found the torso and the luggage in the trash.
Oh yeah.
And then they find his ID, and then they play it off that she was like, "Oh, I thought it was the victim."
Oh yeah.
And it was like, and then it was not till like the next episode that they reveal that, oh, now it's time to go look back into this. And it's like, don't tell me that the story actually went, that you had the murderer's information in your hands and you disregarded it until the next clue. Then you realize, oh, I have to go back and look further into this guy. Like, obviously, you went literally down that path.
Why did he? Why did
here's
he?
a guy. We have to investigate this
Plus,
guy. He
not
could
only-
potentially be the murderer.
Why did he put his license in the trash? To get caught? Was he intentionally trying to get caught?
See, that's the weird thing too, is because he had that whole "catch me if you can" vibe, where what happened. I think is exactly like, I don't know, maybe about getting jail time. Well, I mean, he knew he was going to get caught at some point, but like that's how it wanted. Like the way it ended too was crazy with the Basic Instinct shit.
Oh yeah,
and how they kind of wrapped it up. Like I did how they ended it because it was like, dude, this guy, this is what he wanted.
Yeah, he's a mastermind.
Yeah,
like he created a fucking crazy story.
Like the Manny thing, the made up guy.
Yeah.
And I was like, and they kind of got you a little bit where like when
with
they
the
showed
hand.
the sewed hand, I was like, fuck, man, is this the part of the
And
documentary?
then they like never
where it
went
starts
back to
flip?
that, and it was like, are they just not going to look into? But I'm sure they did, and I'm sure it was like.
Who was the third hand?
I'm sure it was dismissed as a non-detail, but it's because they're pushing a narrative for the documentary.
Yeah.
The documentary probably could have been like 2 episodes long, but they stretched it out and then like made things seem like they were more than they were.
Yeah.
And then like, let's not brush over the small fact that the Facebook group, the people who like felt like they were taking this guy down, like fingered the wrong guy, and then that guy killed himself.
Yeah.
Like, isn't that horrible?
They kind of jumped over that awfully quick.
Isn't that horrible?
Yeah.
And then we knew we had to get back. Let's get back on track and find the right. It's like, dude, you just killed somebody. Maybe you should fucking step back a little bit.
I know.
It's like the Boston bombing when that happened, and like Reddit identified the wrong person.
Oh,
no, it's 4chan. 4chan identified, like took pictures, and they were like, we got to figure this out on the internet, and they started like trying to figure out identifying all these people in the crowd and like who had a backpack, because the backpack was what the fucking bomb was in, and like, oh, the backpack was a black backpack with a little white logo. So, or who in the audience had a black backpack with a white logo, and they like fingered the wrong guy and nearly ruined this person's life who just happened to go be at the Boston Marathon. Yeah, and it's the internet needs to learn when its fucking line is, and it's like, don't fucking overstep.
And like they did, like she was like, well, and like obviously we feel terrible about it because we could be responsible. And they did throw out the little nugget of like, he was suffering. I guess we ended up finding out he was suffering with depression.
Yeah, they excused it.
Yeah,
they're like, oh, he was already gonna kill himself. It's
I know.
Like, okay,
he was a dead man walking.
Yeah.
But like it was the fact that he painted the handle silver to make it like an ice pick, and then the way they did the cut to which of him asking for a cigarette and like crossing his legs, just like
crazy.
Like I don't know if like to the point of him crossing his legs if he really was or if they just made those connections, but. And then when his mom had the fucking key before they got to that, and they interviewed his mom, and she's like, "Oh yeah, this is like some things I keep, like a basic instinct keychain."
Yeah.
And my brain instantly was like, "Dude, this guy's fucking crazy." Like, he's obviously obsessed with like,
right.
I don't know. And the other hand, I was thinking it probably was someone else there, maybe the person who owned that fucking snake.
Yeah, right.
Maybe because
it's just some non-factor.
Like getting the kittens on like Craigslist or whatever, and the puppies is probably easier than getting a massive snake like that.
Yeah.
So maybe he knew someone or found someone like they were kind of fucked up too, and he got them to eat them.
Overall, it was a good documentary though.
Yeah, I think it just should have been shorter.
Yeah.
They stretched it out.
I know.
They try to make everything a series now.
And like after it too, I then went on that Best Gore website that they like briefly show it or whatever.
Yeah.
And I went down that rabbit hole.
Oh, I'm sorry.
It wasn't good. It's like it's the combination of that and that because I went into that website like afterwards.
Oh god.
And then because that website's hardcore. Like that website is. I don't know if I
believe it.
Believe
it's
you
called
went on
Best
it.
Gore.
It's literally. It's Live Leak is fucking lollipops and cake compared to it. Like Live Leak, I felt there's been times on Live Leak where I'm like trying to find I was trying to find fucked up things and it's a little bit hard because there's a lot of like weird filters. It's literally a list of murder, torture, like
categories,
like categories, a massive list like torture, suicide, like everything.
Oh, Chase.
And so then like,
Chase, what are you doing, Chase?
Chase,
you gotta stop.
And then like torture, and I was just like, oh. And then like it took me 2-3 days to feel normal again. Like
this dude,
like,
you know what's so funny? I was talking about the documentary at work, and this other kid that I work with was like, oh, dude. He was like, one time he's like, I was like going down that rabbit hole, like watching those videos, right? And he was like, and I used to go on this website like all the time. And he was like, and at the time he's married, and he was like, at the time I used to work at like some other like warehouse type thing, and he was like, and I would be alone a lot, and he was like, and I would just like at work waste time and like pull up gory videos, and he was like, and I was like putting myself in a depression from like watching the videos too much, and his wife had to be like, you need to stop, like you're ruining your day every day, and like
it's weird because there's like I don't know what it is inside of you that like it's like if it's like a car accident, that old cliche of like it's hard to watch, like, but you can't take your eyes off of it, but it is a fucking rabbit hole. Oh man. But
that documentary I had a dream that night that it was like Annihilation, where like there was like an alien plague going around that was killing people, but the people it wasn't killing it was giving them telekinetic powers.
Oh Jesus.
And like some people were stronger than others, so like if it was like your first day of having it and you used it like a couple times, like you move a soda can, you'd be like, oh man, I'm tired, like I can't use it again. You'd have to like train it. But then other people were like wicked powerful, and I was like way too strong, and it was like Chronicle. It was like Chronicle and a lot Annihilation. Like people were dying from this plague, and they were like literally like molding to the wall. Like remember how Annihilation was like that? People were like molding to the wall, and it was like there was like mold outside, like taking over the planet. It was like disgusting. Jesus. But then amongst that, I was like, I was so happy. Because I was getting these insane telekinetic powers, and I like picked a spoon up off the table, and I was like spinning the spoon, and then I was like, hey, you guys want to see a trick? And I went over to the window, and there was a truck, and I was like, I'm gonna make the truck disappear, and it was like driving by, and I was just like, ready, go, and the fucking truck disappeared, and then everyone was like freaked out, and they're like, dude, what'd you do with the truck? Like there's people in that truck, and then I was like, all right, I'll bring it back, and it came crashing down from the sky, and landed in the street, dude. And it was like, it was funny.
That's what that documentary will do to you.
That was a good one.
So that was
one of I mean, I know you watched the first episode of Witcher. Back.
I watched the first episode of The Witcher.
I saw the first 15 minutes of. Got Bethany to watch it, and she's like, oh, I guess so. And then it was like 20 minutes into it. And I was like hardcore focusing. Like I was fucking, because I had heard people said that like they were joking. I'm like 3 episodes in and I have no idea what the plot is right now. And maybe the accent. So like I was really like, I hadn't checked my phone. And like 20 minutes in, Bethany paused and she's like, yeah, I don't like this.
Yeah, it's definitely like more guy.
Because I heard, isn't there? It's 3 storylines at once. I guess is what the
it's like different time.
Yeah.
I think playing the video games helps you a little bit.
Yeah, it just gives you context as like what a Witcher is and what's going on. And why Witchers are hated. Yeah, like you like knowing all that stuff definitely helps going into it. I was surprised by how much like the video game it was. Like that was my biggest surprise. Was like I had kind of heard that like, oh, it's more drawn from the books. Like you might be confused. Like it's like I put it on and I was like, I didn't really feel that confused. I was just like, okay, it's The Witcher.
Yeah, maybe as it goes on, like some of the war stuff that you learn.
It's like everything else. It's like there's 50 names you don't know. It's like Star Wars. It's like Star Trek. It's like everything.
Yeah.
So and so, this person, that one. It's like fucking everything. It's the same thing.
And even his
but it was just like the game. Yeah, the voice. Yeah, he did a pretty good job with the voice.
Because he was saying in an interview too, they asked him about the voice, and like he obviously knows the video game and looked into the video game and whatever.
Yeah, he's a gamer.
Played it. Oh yeah.
Henry Cavill, he's a PC gamer.
So then he was saying he was like, I liked how like the roughness in the voice, but then he like slightly tweaked it a little bit.
Yeah.
But
yeah,
that
was good.
In the video game, it's an American accent, right? It's not British at all.
In the video game?
In the video game.
Yeah, it's just like that deep.
Yeah,
there's no.
It's like Metal Gear Solid type.
Yeah, I don't think he doesn't have a British. Yeah,
no, but for him in the show, he's obviously got a British.
Yeah, you can hear his. You can hear his real accent. In it.
Yeah, it's definitely a show I'll watch eventually, but I'm not like.
Yeah, I mean, it just opens up and he's like coming out of a swamp fighting a giant spider.
Yeah,
I was like,
crazy.
I was like, this is the game.
Yeah,
he's fighting a monster.
Yeah,
and then it goes into it, and then it's just like the cutscenes in the game where it's like. He's kind of an emotional guy. Like everything's so serious. So like he starts talking to somebody and it's such a serious conversation. And then like he talks to a girl and it's like, he's hot. So the girl instantly likes him. And it's like, it's just like the video game.
I bet there's a lot of sucking and fucking.
Yeah. It's just like the video game. I was like, wow. But I did feel like it was like, I didn't feel like it was like HBO quality. I wasn't like, okay, this is 10 out of 10 quality. It felt more like just cool action, like something I could just put on and like not really care about paying so much attention to, like where I'm like wrapped up in the story, like how I feel like Watchmen might be, like you know what I mean? I don't think it's really gonna be like that. I think it's just more like it's just kind of action, but it just felt a little plasticky to me. But I think it might be because it was the first episode.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, it probably gets better.
And like I saw a lot of stuff about how like confirmed like the second season is going to be more story linear.
Yeah, more linear. Yeah, they're probably gonna drop the 3 storylines at once.
Yeah. Oh yeah, that's what it was. The going back and forth in time. People were getting confused sometimes of like what point in time are we at right now?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I mean, I've just been watching Shameless and Ray Donovan, 2 great shows.
Did you get back into Ray? Did you take a break or no?
No, the season just started.
That's why. Yeah.
But I didn't have Showtime, so I got Showtime, and then we're just catching up. Shameless is great. There's a news item we'll talk about later about Shameless in the news. What?
Is she coming back? What's her face?
No, it's just we'll talk about it. Don't spoil it, Chase.
Right now.
And then also I played on Game Pass the new game Frostpunk. Have you seen that on Game Pass? Oh, you don't have Game Pass, do you?
No, I might. I had to re-up my gold, and I had done it.
Did you do Ultimate?
That thing, I think. I don't know. I have to see.
Well, yeah, this new game Frostpunk, which has been on PC for a while now, but the Xbox One version came out and it launched on Game Pass the same day. So I downloaded it because I knew it's like City Skylines a little bit.
Oh, okay.
And it's similar. It's like it's a survival game at the same time where it's like you're building up a city, and like you start with like 50 survivors, and you have to send people out to gather coal to power the generator, which is like the central hub of the city.
Yeah.
And it's like it's all snowy because it's kind of like, remember Snowpiercer, how like the world is all snowy and they live in the train.
Mm-hmm.
Well, this is like you need the generator for everybody to survive. So then it's like bird's eye view, like City Skylines.
Yep.
And you're building new, like, tents for people to live in. And, like, you have to build a fucking cookhouse to cook food.
Yeah.
But, like, you have to also make sure people survive. Like, that's the point of the game. And it's cool because, like, you're also, like, the mayor, I guess. Or they call you captain, but you're, like, a mayor. And you have to enact laws. Like, one of them, like, is like if someone gets hurt at work, do you choose to have them get amputated to survive or let them die? So I enacted the law to let people get amputated.
Yeah.
But then that created problems with like fucking like one dude got amputated and then like I had to fucking what happened? I was telling Tom, now I'm blanking.
Yeah, you had to accommodate him.
Oh yeah. Then yeah, now that I have amputees, I have to build a separate house to house the amputees because they can't work anymore.
Oh geez.
And I only have so much food. So now amputees get half the amount of food a normal person gets. So like
they have less body.
Yeah, they have less body. But then like this like I had another law come up where I had to choose like what to do with the dead. Like you have to build a cemetery or you have to choose to like let bodies just pile up.
Another disease maybe.
Yeah, like disease will spread. Another one was like I haven't done it yet, but like one was like do I let children work in the out in the coal mines or do I build an orphanage to house the children?
Yeah.
You know, like shit like that. It's like really dark and I don't know, it's really cool. You should try it.
I'm definitely
like
going to let amputees die.
Yeah?
Yeah, fuck all that, man.
Yeah, one choice was one guy was borderline dead and he was saying, no, I don't want to be an amputee. Yeah. So I had to choose to either force him to become an amputee or let him die. So I chose to let him die. Then people were asking questions why I chose to let him die. I had to tell them that it was his own choice. So then people got a little pissed off that I didn't step in. And then there was protesters about something else because there was no food.
Oh, Jesus.
So then I had to choose how to address the protesters.
Just
like
kill them.
Yeah, well, there was no kill option, but like I had to like do all sorts of stuff, and you have to keep them warm because it's like super fucking cold, and the weather changes. It gets like even colder.
Yeah,
There's like a temperature meter, and like it's a cool game.
No, it seems pretty cool.
Yeah,
like it fuses a bunch of different genres.
Yeah, it's like survival, strategy,
survival RTS.
City builder.
Is that 100% single player? There's no multiplayer?
Yeah, it's just a single player game. It's only a 3 gigabyte download too.
Wow.
Yeah, it was a very simple game.
Yeah, it's true.
It's just like a city in like a snowy area, and you just build out.
Like how big is there? Like a max that you get to?
I've seen because like when you click the game, there's like images of like a trailer and like a huge city with like air balloons and fucking shit going on.
Oh Jesus!
But like my city's very small. It's like the city building is circular, so it's like a generator, and you build out like one ring at a time.
Oh, okay.
And you have to build roads and like if you've played City Skylines, it's like. Because you played that, right?
Yeah.
That gives you some sort of idea of what you're supposed to be doing, and like the game, the tutorial was very good. So like, it taught you what to do. Yeah, it was cool though.
Well, it sounds pretty sweet.
Yeah, very dark. I liked how dark it was. You have to make choices that
City
are pretty.
Skylines, with some.
Like, should I make the kids work?
Yeah, see,
I need workers, damn it!
But I wonder what the consequences are of making.
There was
worse
negatives. I forgot the negatives, but there was.
Like if you have built an orphanage.
Oh, they get hurt. There's a higher chance if children are working that they could get killed.
Yeah, but then what's the benefit of the orphanage? Do you get like more educated people down the line?
I don't know. I forgot.
Yeah, probably something like that where you benefit in the long run
by like taking care of the future.
Yeah, versus like
and people probably be happy too.
Generation, so you're gonna like lose 50% of your future generation, but like put out more work, or you're gonna house them and not get a payoff. Lack of workers. But
yeah.
So maybe in the short, could you ever change that? Could you reverse that?
No, because once you enact a law, it's permanent.
Oh, okay.
Because that's why they want you to play the game over and make different choices.
Yeah.
Like, I enacted a law, the amputee law, went back in. I was like, I wonder if I can change it. No, it's permanent.
Damn.
Once a law's passed, it's passed.
You're going to have a fucking city full of amputees,
dude. I'm fucked.
Yeah, fast forward, it's all just a bunch of...
Children amputees.
Little nubbies running around.
It's a cool game, though. I've heard of that game like a year ago. It came out on PC, and I heard how cool it was, but... And like you think about a strategy game, like the controls would be a little wonky, because that's always the thing. That's why a lot of these games, like the bird's eye view strategy games, aren't really
PC
on.
Games.
Yeah, that's why they're PC games.
Yeah,
that's why Sims is so much better on PC.
Yeah,
but like the controls are perfectly fine. It's like so much like City. If you played City Skylines, you have a fucking head start.
Yeah,
like how the controls work.
Yeah,
check it out. It's my recommendation of the week.
Punch.
Frostpunk.
Did
you say Frozen Punch?
Frozen Punch.
Jesus Christ.
Frostpunk?
Frostpunk, yeah. Because it's kind of steampunky, but it's Frostpunk.
Oh, okay, that makes sense then. I was going to say, what's the point of the
It's cold.
Instead of cold.
Yeah, but it's definitely steampunky. Because you have a cold generated thing. People wearing goggles. For steam. Yeah.
It's too cold for steam.
Yeah. And there's no steam involved. It's fucking
Frost.
Frostpunk.
It's
Punk.
cool though.
Frostpunk.
Yeah. All right. Well, we're gonna move on to the news.
All right.
But before we do, I'm gonna take a quick break. All right, we are back, baby. After my piss break,
Just 1 second.
Oh,
had to
you
drain the main
could
vein.
have at least went to the bathroom instead of just soiling yourself.
It's gonna go. All right, we're gonna take a break, and we're back.
Yeah. All right. Let's start off with some TV news. Ozark season 3 release date has been set.
March 27th.
You saw that?
Mm-hmm.
Is it really March 20th? Oh my God, Chase, you are a wizard.
I am.
A wizard, Chase.
I have a photogenic. I have a
Yeah. Season 3,
memory
March 27th. Are you still going on about that?
Yeah. I'm trying. Yeah, no, I saw that just recently because they've been advertising the shit out of it for a while
Yeah,
now.
'cause it's so weird. It's so weird. You were just talking about that,
Yeah.
and then the fucking release date gets released. Man, I can't wait. That's a great show. You've never seen that, right? No. You're caught up, right?
Yeah, I was very apprehensive to get it. I heard it was good, and then I was like, I don't know, man. This just seems like a fucking Breaking Bad.
The first
like,
season was
rip-off.
like very Breaking Bad.
Yeah. But then it was good. But then I got really into it. I was like, no, this is good. This
Season
is
2 was great.
different
Like
enough.
it really stepped up the game.
Yeah.
It definitely distanced itself from Breaking Bad.
Like they had like the weird, like creepy, like serial killer type son who just like seems like something's off about him.
Yeah.
You know?
And then like the fucking trailer trash girl.
Oh yeah.
And
Oh
then,
yeah.
I'm trying to think like, man, like that's a tough thing about Netflix is that you binge the show.
Yeah.
A year and a half goes by before another season comes out, and you're like, I don't remember shit.
Yeah.
I know.
So we'll see, but
Yeah, binging has its pros and cons.
It
One of
does.
it is just the shelf life of shows is so much shorter when you can binge them.
Yeah.
You know.
what is Emmett doing up there?
He's going crazy.
Jesus Christ!
Jesus, go
Get a
chain
dog.
up your son.
Get a dog, they say. All right, another.
And we're back
All right,
from
we'll
a
be right
mental
back.
breakdown.
Oh, we're back. American Horror Story has been renewed for 3 more seasons.
What?
And that's including the next one that hasn't even come out yet.
Really?
Wow.
So 4 more seasons of the fucking show.
Wow.
Jesus Christ.
Really continue.
Show that won't die.
I was gonna say it does that well, huh?
Yeah, I mean, it's still massively watched. And what's so funny is the last season came, and it was the 80s like summer camp. Did you see that?
Yeah.
The trailer or anything?
It made me want. I'm like, oh, that's kind of cool. I should watch it again.
Yeah, I watched the
but I never
first
did.
2 episodes, and I don't know. I don't know. The show should just end.
Yeah.
I'm
The
sorry.
gimmick's over.
It started to get too complicated as the seasons went on. I felt like
Because now they're just like the first season was just a ghost house,
Yep.
and the second season was an asylum. But then they started mixing in like aliens,
And
Yeah,
Nazis,
yeah.
right?
yeah, like weird shit. Then season 3 was like got back to the first season where it was just witches,
Yeah.
pretty much.
Yeah.
And then ever since then, it's just like every season is like the circus and fucking. Now they're just going through every type of gimmick,
Yeah.
and then now they're blending things, like blending different gimmicks,
Yeah. Putting them
and
together.
like it's just like I don't know. I mean, it's kind of like Walking Dead. Like just end,
yeah.
just end.
Sons of
The
Anarchy.
experiment's over.
Yes. Oh,
It is
my
funny
God.
because like the second season with the asylum,
Mhm.
it's like they dab. It's almost like they dabbled. Like okay, Jerry, we're gonna listen to you this time. We'll do a little alien. We'll do a little weird Nazi werewolf things. And then like it came out and they were like, it didn't really hit that well. So we're just gonna focus on witches. And then it was like someone I don't
Yeah.
know. Then they're like, you know what? Maybe we should.
And there's
get
seasons I don't even know. They're on season 10's coming up. There's seasons I can't even tell you the plot
back.
line.
Yeah, I know there was like a weird apocalypse one.
Yeah, that was two years ago.
And then the motel.
Yeah, that was one with Lady Gaga.
Yep.
Yeah.
I don't know. What
There's
all the other
there's
ones
some
were.
gaps in my American
Yeah.
history. What is it called?
American
Horror
Horror
Story.
Story.
I said American history.
American
Yeah,
history.
my American
that's
history is
sorry.
not all there anymore. All right, next up, Silence of the Lambs sequel series headed to CBS.
Whoa.
Yep, a new crime drama, Clarice, is now set at CBS.
Huh.
Yeah.
Interesting.
It'll take place after the events of Silence of the Lambs, acting as a sequel. I don't think anybody has been attached
separate.
yet.
It's a show,
Yeah, it's a
so
TV
it's
show.
separate from like Hannibal. Like that, it's going to be not. Same
Yeah,
actor,
it's going to
but-
follow Clarice. And After more than 20 years of silence, we're privileged to give voice to one of America's most enduring heroes, Clarice Starling. Clarice's bravery and complexity have always lit the way, even as her personal story remained in the dark. But hers is a very story we need today. Her struggle, her resilience, her victory, her time is now and always.
Do we though?
Yeah, right.
Do we?
It's just another stupid crime show.
Do we?
Because all I know is that Silence of the Lambs. I mean, she was good in it.
Yeah, I think she won an Oscar.
I wasn't really there for her. I mean,
yeah.
it was more about Hannibal Lecter.
Yeah, it's just another fucking stupid crime show.
Yeah, and Billy Bob.
Yeah, and it's also on
whatever.
CBS, and they're just
Buffalo
known
Bill.
for. They have so many crime shows,
Yeah,
like
yeah.
NCIS. And
Yeah.
Oh, it's gonna be
FBI.
garbage. It's gonna be.
It's not going to be as good as we
No.
want it to be.
No.
It's going to be her just investigating a story of the week.
Are there still any good crime TV shows that are on major networks like that?
Well, there's so many now.
That's what. But like,
There's like Chicago series on NBC.
Yeah.
There's the fucking 911 on Fox. There's fucking FBI, NCIS. There's Law and Order.
Hawaii one.
There's Hawaii,
Oh, yeah.
fucking whatever it's called.
5-0.
5-0.
But like none of those are like. I feel like all those only cater to like one generation, and that's like our parents.
Back in the day,
Yeah.
there was only
True.
like a couple, right?
Yeah.
There was Columbo,
Yeah.
Chips,
Yeah, there was like a few.
and those were like
Yeah, but
more
crime. It's so weird
lighthearted.
because like
Columbo
these
was
types
crime.
of shows, the crime police dramas, have been around for fucking 40 years now.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Columbo was crime. Chips was more.
Yeah, well,
comedy.
I don't know. I've never
Like
seen it, but obviously I
Baywatch
know what
Cops.
it is.
Yeah,
like cops on bikes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Columbo was a crime.
There's
It
Starsky
was
and
like
Hutch.
Yeah.
There's so many of them.
It's funny.
What the fuck? What?
Miami Vice.
I wonder if there was like a light up map that showed you like the most concentrated areas of who loved these major networks.
Oh, it'd be
Walker,
it'd be
Texas
the Midwest.
Ranger.
Yeah, I was gonna say
Walker, Texas Ranger.
Midwest all day.
It's the Midwest. It's the
I
middle.
watched that back.
Middle
then.
America.
That was-
They love sitting down, putting on CBS. They put on one channel.
Magnum PI.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah.
Dude, I could do this all day.
But I mean, Law and Order and CSI are probably the two biggest. Like the height of police dramas was
Yeah.
probably those two, right?
Yeah.
But now NCIS has been so big for
MacGyver.
so long. Oh, what's the Navy one? Jag.
And, oh,
Jag.
Yeah.
There's so
There was
many.
also
dude.
one
The A-Team.
with Nash Bridges.
Is that a crime show though?
What is it? Mash.
Remember Nash Bridges?
Oh, Nash Bridges. Yeah.
With what's his face, and then the guy from Cheech and Chong was his partner. I think.
Chong. No, Cheech.
Cheech.
Yeah, Cheech Marin.
Mexican one.
Yeah, no, Chong.
I always, whenever I try to think of who's who, I always forget the first. I
Yeah.
remember watching that. That was in like It used to be in like was it CW or that weird like network?
WB.
WB, yeah, or something it was.
All right. Well, we could talk about that all night. Let's move on. All right. NBC orders comedy based on the life of Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson.
Ugh.
This 11 episode single cam comedy is being produced by Nakachaka Khan. I don't know that. Fresh Off the Boat. Oh, okay. I've heard of that show. And Dwayne Johnson himself. Johnson will appear in every episode, but the search is on for a young actor to portray the childhood version of him.
When do you think the decade of Dwayne Johnson's going to end?
Never. When he dies.
I feel like as soon as he started hitting, he hasn't slowed down.
It's true. He's had a couple flops along the way, like Rampage.
I think
stuff
he's
like
like
that.
immune to flops though.
Yeah, because even his flops do well overseas.
Yeah.
So it's hard to really say if they're a flop because say he makes like 40 million total here, which is horrible. Because his movies probably cost like 200 million to make a Rampage.
Oh
Yeah.
But in China, they eat that shit up.
Oh,
Yeah.
especially Rampage.
He's a god over there.
I saw Rampage. I watched that.
They do?
Yeah.
I watched like the first 10 minutes and I was like, this is horrible.
It was definitely one that I watched. I had to have been sick or hungover. So it was like one of those like I can't really move. I'll just mindlessly put this on.
Then there's like the skyscraper one and San Andreas.
Didn't he have like a missing leg or he was like an amputee?
Yeah, he's an
in that
amputee in that one, yeah.
one? Fuck man, some obscure.
Well, they got to add it. They can't just have him in a skyscraper. They gotta give him something to overcome.
Like Jumanji was good because I saw the second one recently.
If it was up to me, that fucking amputee Rock would be in a care house on my Frostpunk.
Yeah.
I would have let him die.
Yeah,
What do you-
fuck it.
Yeah.
Let you bleed out, Stubby.
Yeah, motherfucker. All right, we milked that one dry of that storyline. There we go.
So weird.
Sci-Fi officially orders a Chucky TV show.
Wow. See, that's something that America
Everything's a
needs.
fucking series now.
Yeah, titled Chucky. The sequel
When we
series
did-
comes. What?
when we did TGM Uncensored, right?
Yeah.
Throwback, boom, bomb, name drop.
Yeah.
TGM Uncensored back in the day. It was the decade of reboot movies.
Yeah.
Now we're doing this.
Well, because we're in the golden age of TV.
It's the decade of fucking reboot TV series.
Yep.
It's binge series.
Yeah.
That's what's hot right now.
And it is funny because we were talking about that, and there was a whole thing where it was about, it's easier to reboot something when it's already been branded, even if it's going to come out.
Yeah, that's what we always used to say.
Yeah,
right.
'cause it's easier
The brand
to
is the
start
hardest
with.
thing to come up with.
You need the IP.
You need the IP, so you just bite that. And back then it was movies.
Yeah.
Now it's fucking series.
Yeah.
I'm so sick of it. I'm getting sick of it. It starts today.
This one's called
My protest.
Chucky, and it's a sequel series. Comes from franchise creator Don Mancini.
No thanks.
And unlike the newest movie from this year, Child's Play, remember with Aubrey Plaza? Yeah. This show is going to have the same voice of the original voice, and it's actually a continuation of the existing story rather than a remake.
Wow.
So it's going to pick up where
That's weird.
some of the other ones were so weird, like the son of Chucky. And
What about Bride of Chucky?
Bride of Chucky.
It's going to be that.
It's going to continue that timeline.
Jesus.
That's fucking.
Yeah.
Wild. How do you make a show out?
Oh,
of
remember
that?
we watched Cult of Chucky, 2017's Cult of
See,
Chucky.
that's where I was confused because I
Remember
know we saw Cult of Chucky.
Yeah.
With the weird girl. Was she in
Insane
wheelchair?
Asylum. Yeah, it's a girl in Insane Asylum.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
I didn't see the Child's Play that came out recently.
No. Mark Hamill does the voice in that one.
Wow, man, how do you make a fucking TV show?
They actually have a synopsis. When a vintage Chucky doll turns up at a suburban yard sale, an idyllic American town is thrown into chaos as a series of horrifying murders begin to expose the town's hypocrisies and secrets. Meanwhile, the arrival of enemies and allies from Chucky's past threatens to expose the truth behind the killings, as well as the demon doll's untold origins as seemingly ordinary child
Is the kid
who
gonna
somehow
be in
becomes a notorious monster.
Is the kid gonna be in it?
He was. Remember the third one where he's at the
Army
military camp?
Yeah.
Man,
He takes the paintballs and he replaces it with real bullets.
Yeah, real bullets
Yep.
and the fucking kid. Oh yeah.
Oh yeah,
the
bro. We
grenade.
watched a clip or we watched it, I think, on TV, and it was like he's like talking to the dude, like the officer, and he's like he goes like 0 to 100 pure violence.
Oh yeah.
He's like,
yeah.
"Rawr!"
Yeah,
yeah.
he comes after him.
Yeah, it's so.
Is that the one where it ends in the amusement park, and they're on the amusement park ride?
Yeah, they go to like a carnival.
Yeah.
All right, let's move on.
How the fuck that has sci-fi written all over?
Yeah,
that.
it's definitely sci-fi.
Oh
Dude,
my god,
no
it's gonna be
thanks.
terrible.
HBO has announced that Westworld will be returning for its 8-episode third season on Sunday, March 15th.
They're gonna catch up.
Yeah, you do. That fucking show is great.
The carryover from the first one to the second season, was that like direct, basically, or was it like showing a different part of the company, like a different part of?
No, it's continuation.
It is a direct.
Yeah. They do show the samurai one.
Yeah.
Like they do go there in this.
Mm.
But this second season, man, took some fucking wild turns.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't want to. So I wish we could talk about it. Did you watch it?
Mm-mm.
You saw the first season though.
Mhm.
Yeah. Maybe by the. Maybe my March 15th, you guys can catch up.
No.
Okay.
Yeah, we'll see.
Yeah, me and Chase will watch one episode a week.
Yeah.
We'll talk about it.
So you're telling me by March 15th, neither of you guys can catch up on this show?
I just said
We'll see.
me and Chase will watch one episode a week. And when we
So you're making a promise right now that you'll do that?
Yep.
Okay.
Then we're gonna have a
I'm
segment where
holding
we
you
talk
guys
about
to
it.
this.
Yep.
That's gonna be the thing.
All
But
right.
if one of us defaults, then the whole thing's off.
Yeah, it'll be
Because that's good for the podcast if we can watch that and catch up.
the segment will be called 2 Talk 1 Listens.
I'd rather wing it.
Oh. No, what?
I'm just kidding.
I'm giving you guys till March 15th. Fucking start it.
Nope.
All right. Here's the story I was talking about earlier. Shameless has been renewed for an 11th and final season.
Wow, final.
Yep. Show's finally fucking ending. God, it's so weird a show like that can go for so long.
It's interesting too because it follows the family, so it's like it's kind of cool to see like all the actors age as well because it's like it's family, so it's like you're literally growing.
Yeah,
with
Seventh
them.
Heaven, bro.
Yeah, yes,
It is. It's like a violent, drug addicted.
We'll just find out if one of them ends up getting arrested or charged with whatever diddling or whatever the hell the dad from Seventh Heaven.
Oh my god, I can't believe that's a true story.
Yeah, his wife like recorded.
He was like
him.
a priest in that show.
Yeah.
He was a reverend.
What the? He was a reverend. Yeah.
Seventh Heaven. When you're all alone.
Who else came from that show? I know like Jessica Biel was
Biel.
in it, and then the older brother.
Oh, yeah.
Was Jessica Biel the most?
She's
successful?
the most famous. Yeah.
Seventh
All right, next.
Heaven.
Jack Reacher TV series coming to Amazon Prime. You
Thumbs down.
You don't
Next.
think so?
Wait, Jack. Oh, is that with Tom Cruise?
Yeah, but I don't think obviously Tom
not
Cruise
gonna-
will be
no.
starring.
For a second, that confused me with Jack Ryan.
It's gonna be.
It's
It's gonna be John Krasinski.
Yeah.
Yeah, right. Imagine.
Yeah, they'll further confuse it.
Well, he's not in A Quiet Place too, so.
Yeah,
The first season will follow the narrative from Child's first novel. The writer of the book series is Lee Child. It'll follow the narrative from the Child's first novel, The Killing Floor, which was published back in 1997. There are 24 books in this series.
Thumbs down. Next.
Wow.
Oh. Okay, well, we are done with TV. Let's move on to movies.
Movies.
Nicholas Hoult has been cast alongside Tom Cruise in the next 2 Mission Impossible movies.
Which one's Holt?
Oh yeah, I saw that.
Yeah, he's from
Oh yeah.
he's from X-Men and Mad Max.
X-Man.
X-Man.
Oh yeah, Mad Max.
Mad Max.
He was the fucking dude that switched sides.
He's a good actor.
X-Man.
That's a good addition.
He's in he's from X-Man.
Now,
Mad Max and
now, do you think he'll be in the new role of like taking over the series? Because like,
I wonder.
do you remember when Ghost Protocol was coming out? They hired Jeremy Renner, and people thought that Jeremy Renner was going to be the next Mission Impossible Ethan Hunt. Do you think?
I don't think Tom Cruise will ever allow that. As long as
He'll always,
Scientology keeps
he'll
him
always
alive.
have something to do with it.
Yeah.
But I could definitely see them passing the torch in a sense.
Yeah.
What's his last name? It's Ethan. What's his last name?
Ethan Hunt.
Hunt.
Yeah.
I was about to say Hawk. And I was
Yeah,
like, nope.
that's a real person.
No, that's
Yeah,
an
that's a real
actor.
person. Ethan Hunt.
Chris Rock says his Saw movie has humor, but it's not a scary movie. But it's not scary movie. Sorry, I said that all wrong. I
what movie
ruined
did
that.
Rock have come?
Chris Rock is the producer on the new Saw movie coming out.
He's a producer on a
Producer,
Saw?
yeah, on a Saw movie. And he said his movie has humor, but it's not scary movie, like a spoof.
Oh.
What a non-story
Big
this is.
thumbs down. That movie's
Chris-
gonna suck.
That is such a weird. I feel like
Call
Chris
it
Rock.
now.
Maybe he just really loved the Saw movies, and then eventually he's like, I'd always like to be included in one, and then now he wants to produce one or something.
Yeah, why else? I mean, maybe just money, because like, if say you make a Saw movie for $10 million, you know it's gonna make 100 globally.
Oh yeah.
You're gonna fucking 10 times your money.
Yeah, because you got Saw fanboys
Yeah.
out there.
Sawboy
And why not? It's an
Saw
IP.
boy.
Fucking reboot it.
Yeah, that's true.
Fucking reboot it.
When's the Saw series coming out on CBS?
Yeah.
CBS out of all networks.
directed
Yeah.
by Eddie Murphy.
Yeah.
When's that coming out?
Directed by Eddie Murphy.
Yep.
You've lost your fucking mind.
No, have I lost my mind, Mike, or has the world?
Chris Rock is producing Saw movies.
Yeah,
okay?
that is weird.
What have we
if
come-
you say it out loud, you're like, wow.
That's why it threw me off when you said it. And I was like, wait, Saw?
Wait, Chris Rock. Chris Rock from Beverly Hills Ninja?
No, from Fifth Element.
No, that's Chris Tucker.
Oh, that's Chris Tucker.
One of
you
them.
know.
Move on. One of the biggest news stories. Director of Doctor Strange 1 has dropped out of directing Doctor Strange 2.
Yeah, I saw that too.
Yeah, Scott Derrickson.
Now, do you think that like, even if they bring in a new director, if it's because I know we weren't all a fan of Doctor Strange. You think it's just the character, or like Cumberbatch?
I like. Well, yeah. No, it was the movie, because I actually like Doctor Strange in Infinity War and Endgame.
Yeah,
He's great.
Yeah. No, I like him.
I think it was just the movie.
Yeah, I didn't really like him in his own movie.
Yeah.
But I like Doctor Strange.
Yeah, I do.
It's cool.
I think it was a necessary, like not necessarily evil, but like you had to have his origin story,
Yeah, I guess.
But it was like I think I like him better as a supporting character in the movies than like I don't like
I just found his movie very just by the numbers. He was kind of a dick, and like I just felt like there was no point where he just like redeemed himself. He was just a dick the whole movie.
Yeah, there was no humbling point.
No, he's a dick.
Even when he tapped into all the sorcery shit, he's just like, read everything and just was like,
yeah.
oh my god, we've never seen anyone do this. How were you able to do this and open this book? Like,
Yeah, he does it way too quick. I don't know. It's just I don't know.
I can
Some people
still
love that
remember.
movie, and it just
Yeah,
I just don't know why.
It is like one of the best ones in a lot of people's opinions.
Yeah, it's weird to me, but whatever. You know, I'm down for a sequel. I'll see anything. I've seen every single MCU movie, and I will see this one.
The only ones I haven't seen is Captain Marvel. I haven't seen the first Ant-Man.
Okay, you can skip Ant-Man. Captain Marvel's good.
Yeah, no, I want to see that one. I think that's it.
Well, Captain Marvel's on Disney Plus.
Oh, is it?
Mm-hmm.
I'll have to watch that.
Disney Plus is taking a huge drop off, huh?
Well, there's nothing else on there.
Yeah.
What are you gonna fucking
what was
watch?
their fucking plan?
I don't know.
You know
because
what I
they came out
was?
so hot with Mandalorian, and now it's like Mandalorian season 2 isn't going to be to like 2021,
Mm-hmm.
and then like all those Marvel shows, that's 2021 too.
No, this fall is Winter Soldier and
Yeah, but is it confirmed?
yeah,
The
it
release
is.
date?
It's
You know
fall.
what I wonder
It's fall
too is
2020.
They rolled out that the first year is free with Verizon. I wonder if part of that was to get it into the hands of people, but also to be like, okay, we have Mandalorian, so we got everyone's attention off the bat, but we don't have anything planned for literally the next year.
Yeah.
So I almost wonder if they did that to have like, I don't know, show what they can do or what's with Mandalorian, and then when the year is up, then they can get people to actually then start paying money.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know.
Yeah, don't they just assume people are just gonna like drop the subscription and pick it back up when they want to watch?
But also, that's why they launch that so cheap. You know, it's only $8.99 compared to like Netflix, which is like $16 now.
Mm-hmm.
You know, like it makes sense. Like people are like, oh, it's so cheap. Like they're trying to undercut Netflix. No, it's because they know they don't have anything for the next year after Mandalorian.
Right.
You know, and like a lot of families probably are keeping it because there's so many kids movies.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah, if you have like young kids, it's probably the app that you fucking just turn it on and go in the other room and just forget about your kids.
Yeah. Just get away from the little monsters.
All right, now the director of the next Star Trek movies, his name is Noah Hawley. He did the show Fargo on FX.
Oh, okay.
He's the director of the new Star Trek, and he said it might include a new cast.
Might?
Might.
It says here you might.
He hasn't even started, I don't think. He's once Fargo season 4 wraps up, then he's going to jump into Star Trek 4 as soon as possible.
How many Star Treks came out? Was it 3?
3, yeah.
I guess it's not a bad thing to start again.
Especially since the actors, when they first started, were like probably cheap.
Yeah.
And now that Chris Pine is such a big star.
One of them got run over by his own car.
Oh, yeah, true.
Holy shit.
I forgot about that.
Yeah, which one was that? Because I remember
Anton Yelchin, the fucking Russian kid, the engineer guy.
Oh, my God. Wasn't he also... Was he in a superhero movie where he was like Quicksilver? Not Quicksilver. No, he's the other guy from American Horror Story. Yeah.
He dates Halsey.
Holy shit, I forgot about that.
He dates?
Yeah, that guy Evan something.
Oh, I thought you were talking about
No. Anton Yelchin's ghost dates Halsey. You didn't know that?
Mike, he's dead.
No, Evan Peters from American Horror Story and Quicksilver. He dates Halsey.
But
good for him.
That's fucking... I can't believe that kid got crushed by his own car.
Yeah,
I know.
in his own driveway.
Yeah.
That sucks, dude.
What was it?
So yeah, new cast.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I think it'd be a good move also to get some more, just to kind of start again. I don't know, basically start again.
Yeah.
It's been a while since those.
I'm cool with a movie, as long as it's not a series.
Yeah.
I mean, I wonder if they'll go back to its roots, more thinking mans instead of like action packed like the last 3 Star Trek. Well, I know I like those movies, but they are, actiony and
Well, I think
shit
it was also
blowing up
in the golden time of Marvel too, so they probably had to try to appeal to that.
Yeah,
action hero.
Yeah, and J.J. Abrams, who did the new Star Trek movies, was or the first 2. It's almost Star Warsy.
I think Michael Bay should direct them.
Oh,
it'll just be lens flare after lens flare,
explosions.
Oh, you can get the fuck out.
Yeah, Michael Bay. That new Bad Boys movie is gonna be fucking terrible.
Oh my god,
I'm calling it now.
I mean, it's so funny. Michael Bay's not even involved in that. I don't think. Maybe as a producer.
They show it, and it's like, wow, Martin Lawrence, you're big. And then it's like, all right, whatever. But then as soon as they introduce that 21 Jump Street ripoff young agent,
in that trailer,
like, yep, there it goes.
There it goes.
That's it.
Out the window.
It's not. It's living.
And it's coming out in January. And if you see any movie coming out in January, like this new movie Doolittle with Robert Downey Jr.
Oh my god,
it looks so bad. It's because January movies are the worst.
It's a guaranteed flop.
Yeah, like it's just like all the movies in the theaters right now are like Oscar movies because they're like just still in there because they're trying to gain Oscar hype. And then it's like trash.
Yeah.
Like Doolittle's going to be
that
fucking
Doolittle,
horrible.
Isn't it going to be, are there multiple movies? or are they seeing if maybe they can expand it?
It's not going to make money.
No,
that movie's gonna be a flop, dude. Ugh, it was so bad. It's like he like fights dragons and shit, and like
yeah, it's like Percy Jackson.
Yeah,
it's like Percy Jackson.
It is like Percy Jackson
meets Sherlock meets
Percy Jackson. Man, I cannot. I mean, I think I've told this story before. How I went to Barrington Books. I was like, I want a book. Like, I'm so bored at CCRI. Like, I just want a book to read. I'm looking around, like there's so many thousands of books.
Yeah, where do I start?
I'm fucking lost.
I've never
I don't know
been
what
in
to
a bookstore before to buy a book.
So then I saw this book
know how to
series.
read.
I saw these 3 books in a thing, and then like it said like it looked like kind of like Harry Potter, and I was like, oh maybe. And I think I had heard at that point they were making a movie, so I was like, maybe I could hop in before it gets huge.
Yeah.
And I was like, I bought it, and the lady was like, do you want me to wrap it? It's a gift. I'm like, no, it's not a gift. She thought I was buying her for like a child.
Yeah.
It's like, no, I'm a grown man buying Percy Jackson and the Lightning Thief. And I read it. It was such an easy read because it's meant for 12-year-olds.
I felt great about
It was
myself.
great. It was a breeze.
Was it a good book?
Yeah, it was all right. I was excited for the movie because I was like, oh man, I'm actually in on this. You know?
Yeah.
I feel like I'm part of it.
Yeah.
The movie comes out, and for the first time, and the only time, I had read something that was turned into a movie, and I was let down because it was nothing like the book.
Yeah.
There was
that person.
I was people from Harry Potter. I was people from Lord of the
I
Hobbit.
saw it in theaters too. I don't think we saw it together. I think I saw it with somebody at the time, but I remember it, and I was just like, whew.
Yeah, it was nothing like the book. Like they literally just took stuff out, did things differently. I was like, fucking, this is ridiculous.
Yeah, the way they shot the movie was it was fucking Narnia and Harry Potter, had a low budget baby, and it was just fucking.
And I made my mom and my sister Kelsey go.
It's gonna be great.
I was like, oh, it's gonna be great. I'm telling you, I read the book.
You just reminded me when you said Narnia of a trailer I watched earlier for that Lock and Key.
Oh yeah, the Netflix show.
Yeah,
Did
you watch that?
I heard it was good.
It actually looks kind of cool.
Yeah, it's like
a spider above me.
No, just a shadow.
Yeah, but the series actually looks really cool.
I know the trailer came out. I gotta watch it.
It's like a Narnia, but it's creepy.
Yeah, it's like I think Stephen King is producing or is based on.
It's based on graphic novels.
Oh, it is.
Comic. Somebody even said comics.
Yeah,
I don't know.
Yeah, but it's like people like move into a house, but the house is super creepy, and there's like I think there's like a locked door or something, and they end up finding the key in like a creepy painting or something. And once they open it, the kid goes to step in, and like as soon as he breaks the plane, it's like his soul comes out, and it's like a Peter Pan world. He's like flying through the air.
Oh Jesus!
And then the preview just shows them like finding keys and opening doors, and it's like all different. It's like Narnia. It's like in the closet. Yeah. It's like there's a whole nother world.
It's actually the wardrobe.
Huh?
Oh yeah,
it's a wardrobe.
Oh yeah, whatever. It's a wardrobe? It's not even
yeah, it's called Lion, the Witch, and the Wardrobe.
Oh, really? Yeah, but you can move a wardrobe.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, wow.
Take it with you.
Oh, because I thought it was a closet where it's like...
No.
What? Oh.
Sorry.
The lock and key. Yeah, because I remember seeing something about that.
Yeah, this looked cool because it's like really creepy, but it's more of... You can tell it's like family aimed. It's not,
really?
Yeah, it's for like young adults.
Oh.
It's not.
I thought it was a horror show coming to Netflix.
It is kind of... It's creepy.
Well, there's that other show it's coming out on HBO. That's Stephen King.
I brought that up last week about the shows that are coming out. Yeah, it came out this Sunday. The first episode started.
Oh, it already came out.
Yeah, The Outsider from Stephen King.
That looks fucking
weird.
Looks
fucking bomb. It's got good actors in it.
The tough thing with that is like scary.
Jason Bateman.
Anthony doesn't like scary stuff like that, so I have to fucking watch it on my own. I don't know if I want to watch it on my own.
Too scary. Too scary. All right, next news story. I don't know if you guys have known, but the Uncharted movie has gone through 6 directors have dropped out of it.
Really?
What the fuck?
Yeah.
Who's cast to play Drake?
Tom Holland. And Mark Wahlberg is supposed to be Sully, the older gentleman.
Really?
Who in the game is an older guy, and then obviously Nathan Drake is like a 30-something-year-old man.
Yeah.
But in the movie, they're doing a young Nathan Drake and a younger Sully.
Mm-hmm.
So I think that's the concept that's been halting this. Like
I was gonna say, I wonder what is making these directors just decide to be like, not for me.
I don't know. It's got to be creative differences. They just wanted a hot star. It's made by Sony, so they already have him in Spider-Man.
The
so
Mark Wahlberg thing makes me nervous.
Yeah, yes. But right now it says...
I'm a scientist.
Yeah.
No,
hey,
I'm an engineer.
Drake.
Transformers.
Hey,
Venom
climb up that plane.
Venom and Zombieland's director Ruben Fleischer might be joining as the seventh director to possibly direct it.
Yeah, because he's already on payroll.
Yeah, I mean, he's already been in the Sony fam. You know, he directed Venom, which made a shit ton of money.
Mm-hmm.
You know, Zombieland.
Shit, you have Uncharted. I mean, you have a good enough to start with. You have a fucking video game.
I'm worried they're going at this all wrong. When they announced Tom Holland, as a person who's beat all 4 Uncharteds, I love Tom Holland. Don't get me wrong.
Which one's Tom Holland?
Spider-Man.
The current Spider-Man.
Yes.
Yeah.
I think it's wrong.
It's weird.
I think they're going at it all wrong. They're going to try to start a franchise with a young kid.
They should have done somebody badass like the dude who plays Punisher.
Oh, John Barenthal?
He would have been cool.
Yeah.
But fans have always wanted Nathan Fillion because he kind of looks like Nathan Drake.
Yeah, but it's more about the tone of like just that badass.
Well, he's
action.
literally
What
Indiana
about what's
Jones.
his face from Leftovers? Kevin.
He's a little. He might be a little too old.
Justin Theroux?
Yeah. Nah, he's a little too old.
He doesn't have that tone.
They need like a 35-year-old actor who's like got that swag of like a Chris Pratt-y.
Yeah.
Kind of like Harrison. Like Nathan Drake is literally just a newer man.
Shit, even
Indiana
Chris
Jones.
Pratt.
Yeah, I can see Chris Pratt.
Yeah,
but I don't know. Tom Holland's attached unless
that's so weird.
I think what would be the best case. I mean, it'd be tough, but is someone that we don't really know much about.
Yeah, like a no name.
And they cast a no name.
All right.
That's a tough thing too. Is like when you have these, that's an established video game, and you have a character that you've known for years, and then you get like a very well-known actor. It's hard sometimes to really believe.
Yeah, I mean that's some of the struggles that The Witcher's been going through, where it's like the people were complaining about costume designs, like the Nilfgaardian. Or not Nilf, or whatever it is.
Yeah, I think you're right.
Is it Nilfgaardian?
I think so.
Yeah, the Nilfgaardian armor is just weird, and it's like people already have so much of an image of it built in their head, either from reading the novels or from playing the video games. You already the scope is already there. Yeah, and then when you try to break that scope, like by casting Tom Holland, it's like you're kind of fucking with something that's really risky.
Yeah, and like he's an iconic character. Nathan Drake isn't just some fucking character that no one knows. Like for PlayStation fans, which is the biggest console on the face of the earth, he is one of the mascots of Sony. So like you're taking it and you're just making it a young little fucking young adult. It's just weird. I don't like their approach.
Yeah, and it's like, and you can't. People try to argue like, oh, well, it's like an interpretation. It's like, no. If you're going to decide to do that movie, then you have to honor what made what made it what it is. Like you wouldn't have this fucking movie if it wasn't for the character. So it's like you might as well make a movie version of this character and of the series.
The only thing for video game related, for movie or TV, the only thing that's coming out soon that's video game related that sounds intriguing is the Halo show on Showtime that's coming out next year.
Really?
Hasn't begun shooting yet, but they've already casted everybody and it's starting soon. And that could be cool. A Halo show.
I feel like there's been so many like fan created stuff.
Well, they did those movies. Remember, they're on. I think they're on Netflix. There was 2 movies they did.
I watched one of them.
Yeah,
it was all right.
I don't know.
I was actually. It wasn't amazing, but I was a little bit more impressed than what I thought before I saw
they're a little low budget, but they were kind of cool though. Like one was like these young kids at like a fucking station, and then the Covenant come. Remember? Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
And it was cool to see I forget the alien race. But like they are getting attacked by that alien race, and they have one of the swords.
Yeah, the Covenant.
Yeah, the Covenant. That's what it is. Yeah, like that was kind of cool to like see that.
Yeah, like he comes in, he has like a sword, like the laser sword thing. What the fuck is that called?
Plasma sword.
Plasma sword.
Yeah.
Thank you, Chase. Thank you, Chase.
I like a Chase.
Thank you, Chase. All right, next story. The new.
Oh, he's having a stroke.
Mike, you right?
Fine.
No, the New Mutants isn't an MCU movie. I mean, that should be fairly obvious. That New Mutants that's coming out in April.
Did you watch the trailer?
I haven't seen the second trailer yet. Have you?
Yeah.
How was it?
I watched it today.
What do you think?
Looks cool.
I thought the first trailer was good.
Looks scary.
Did you see anything, Chase, on this?
It's like creepy.
I feel like I saw the first one.
You probably saw it like a year ago.
Yeah.
It has like Maisie Williams from Game of Thrones in it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's cool. It's like got that like it's like Chronicle.
Yeah, it's all these young kids with crazy powers.
It's like young kids coming up realizing they have these powers, and it's like tragic how each one of them, they're in this institution because of how they've came to use their powers.
Yeah.
You were like, at school in an argument with a teacher, and you freaked out and found out you were a mutant and blew up half the school.
Now, is it like the government that has them on lockdown, or is it like a Professor X type like sanctuary?
The comic books, apparently, the New Mutants took place. They went to the Xavier School.
Oh, okay.
That's how when
the show seems like they're locked up somewhere.
The show is it's like an asylum.
Yeah,
that they're locked up in, and then things go array, and they find out that the real reason why they're there, and it's like, we're like in the trailer, she's like, we're not here to be cured.
Oh yeah,
so
yeah.
It's like, they're there to be maybe eradicated or something like that. But it was cool because the way that it shows their powers and stuff is like really creepy and
it's definitely very
toned.
horror-y.
Yeah,
it's very horror.
So is this a mini series on CBS?
Yeah.
No, actually TBS.
Yeah, TBS even better.
And fucking Maisie Williams kind of reminded me of that chick from Suicide Squad, where it's the Dark Empress.
Oh yeah,
remember that where she can the hand comes out and it's it was like that kind of evil, like spirit evil. That's like Maisie Williams' kind of like thing. She's like weirdly darkly evil.
Well, we'll see when the movie comes out, but
cool,
I think it's fairly obvious it was never going to be part of the MCU. When this is over, they're probably going to wait a year or two, but the X-Men will be rebooted. I mean, we can all agree on that.
I'd love for it to be rebooted. I never really got into when they came out back in the day.
They got to do something like with those kids from Logan. That's how they should do it.
We'll continue that?
Yeah, like we'll reboot, but like I don't know. I don't want to just watch the same fucking characters again.
Oh, that's gonna happen.
That sucks.
They're gonna have Wolverine and they're gonna have fucking Cyclops.
Yeah, that's a little bit.
That sucks.
But come on, in the MCU, you trust they do everything right so far.
That's all right. No one's immune.
All right, we'll see.
I liked how they did like the kind of. It wasn't. I guess you consider the prequels, but like the X-Men.
Oh, the First Class and stuff.
Yeah. I like those. I like those way better than the other.
Days of Future
X-Men.
Past are awesome.
Yeah, but it had things hinging it too.
Yeah,
where the actors were in the movies, and
I just feel like maybe we're going to come across the age of just really getting into the lore of well-known, movies and things like that. That'd be kind of cool. Like if they got really deep into some stuff in the X-Men or Star Wars in the future, and you do some shit about from like way back in the day.
Yeah. That'd be cooler. Like they draw from something that really kind of hasn't been done yet.
Yeah, I mean if they redo the X-Men with Wolverine, they have to do storylines we've never seen.
It's like Wolverine's dead, man. Like what the fuck? I don't want to watch Wolverine
Plus,
again.
Plus, it's tough because did Hugh Jackman. They did Wolverine extremely well.
Yeah,
Logan was perfect finale.
He's dead.
Yeah, and that's such a hard. Like even the other characters in X-Men, I thought that I never thought that I never really watched many of them, but it's not like so and so would have made a better whatever. Like they did a good job at the time. Yeah. So to go back and to redo it.
Yeah, I mean Halle Berry was the best Storm there ever could have been.
Yeah.
Yeah, but also Wolverine is a short, 5 foot tall, cigar chomping little hairy man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So if they do Wolverine again, I guarantee you it's going to be more of that and less Hugh Jackman.
Yeah.
They're not going to do another big burly man.
No, they can't.
Handsome Hugh Jackman. They're going to do it probably more towards the comics.
Yeah.
So we'll see.
Yeah.
The Oscar nominations have come out, and Joker is leading the pack with 11 nominations, including Best Picture, Best Director, Best Actor, Best Cinematography. It's followed up closely by Once Upon a Time in Hollywood, The Irishman, in 1917, which all have 10 nominations each.
I want to see 1917.
Endgame, which some people thought maybe Robert Downey Jr. could get an Oscar nom, did not. It only has 1, which for visual effects.
Oh, okay.
Star Wars actually got 3 for 3 technical awards. We'll do the main categories. Best Picture, Ford v Ferrari, which I actually wanted to see.
Yeah, I want to see that.
Ford v Ferrari, that Christian Bale, Matt Damon race car movie.
It's about like how Ford,
the Le Mans race.
Oh yeah.
The Irishman, Jojo Rabbit, which I really want to see, about the little boy who has an imaginary friend who's Adolf Hitler.
Oh, what the hell?
Yeah, you didn't see
it? Sounds slightly from the Adolf Hitler thing. Sounds slightly.
Yeah, it looks fucking good. It's from the director of Thor Ragnarok.
Oh, right.
All right. Joker, Little Women, Marriage Story on Netflix. 1917, Once Upon a Time in Hollywood, and Parasite.
I got to see Once Upon a Time. So now let's go just watch that the other night.
Yeah, I saw it in theaters, obviously alone. I told you guys that. But Tom wants to watch it.
Was it good?
Yeah, it was great. It's great.
How long was it?
Long.
Was it
2 hours and 45, I think. It's a long fucking movie, dude.
Right, it's in Redbox right now.
Oh, it's a Redbox.
Marriage Story, which has my boy, Adam Driver. It's on Netflix. I want to see that.
I caught some of that when Bethany was watching it. I do want to watch it again. I watch it the whole thing because it was like the part that I saw was really good acting, but it was also just like she was saying, super fucking sad.
Yeah, it's just
so
about
realistic.
It's just about a marriage falling apart and like this yelling at each other.
Yeah, and there was a couple scenes, like this one scene where he's yelling at her. And he's like telling her how much he hates her, and it was just like such a like wicked intense scene.
I saw a thing that was like saying about how the streaming services have some of the most nominations.
Oh, I mean, even in the Best Picture, I mean, Marriage Story and The Irishman, two big movies.
This is like the first year that streaming services beat out. Like,
was it Steven Spielberg last year or someone that was saying that was like kind of throwing shade on streaming?
Yeah, Spielberg,
and he was saying like it shouldn't be considered.
Yeah.
Well,
it's because they don't support theaters.
This is the first year that it outdid all the other things.
Yeah.
It'll probably never go back.
Yeah, no.
Like from here forward, it's always
like streaming services took over TV like in the last 5 years. Now it's going to start taking over movies.
Yeah. I saw something, I don't know how real it is, but that Adam Driver and a director, I forget who it was looking into doing Kylo Ren prequel.
Really?
About how he became Kylo Ren.
One could hope.
Yeah, it was something about how like
that
if he was going to be in it, he was working closely with someone to write it or something.
Oh, that'd be amazing.
That'd be fucking awesome.
Let's see. Best Actor, Joaquin Phoenix is nominated. I think he's probably going to take that. I mean, I don't think there's any competition.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's weird. Comic book movies. Like last year was Black Panther was like the first one to ever get nominated for Best Picture, and now it's like Joker comes in and has the most nominations.
Mm-hmm.
Comic movies, man, are just taking over, pal.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
It's just interesting because Joker, it is obviously based off the comic book, but at the same time, I don't consider it a comic book movie at all.
Right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I saw some stupid shit just about the social justice warriors and all that, just like bashing how the Joker, another, lead male white character and beating out the trans, and
that is the
it's like, dude, what?
That is the common thread right now. People, dude, I mean, I'm actually surprised they got that much nominations because the critical buzz around that movie is not as strong as you'd think.
And the weird thing about it was, like, you'd think that some of those people that they would like the Joker because it touches on mental illness, which is such a hot thing lately, and like which they've always said, like, there should be more focus on mental illness, and then like the whole like connection of him being like not a strong male and like an alpha male and all that. So you'd think that maybe they'd be on board with that movie to shine light on some of that stuff, but no. They're like, no.
Dude, no one is satisfied with anything that is ever going on.
Yeah, no.
Ever.
It's fucking sick.
The craziest voices get the
loudest response.
Yeah.
All right, we could talk about the Oscars all night, but we're not critics.
No, we could sum it up pretty
We haven't seen 90% of those movies, so it's hard for us to
The Irishman's really that good, huh?
Yep. Yeah, it got a lot of fucking nominations. Robert De Niro got snubbed.
Yeah.
But he's been getting snubbed at every awards up until this.
Yeah.
Al Pacino and Al Pacino got nominated again. He's been nominated for the Golden Globes. He got nominated for that too.
See, The Irishman, I feel like I'm getting a little bit of the rub off, like how people joked about Breaking Bad. Like, oh, it's so good. You got to see it. And it's, it's a 3.5 hour.
Yeah, it just makes you turn.
And I'm like, is it really though?
Yeah.
Is it really? I feel like this type of movie with those actors has been done a lot.
Yeah. But apparently it's really that good.
Yeah, but it's really
like,
good.
Maybe you should.
Well, yeah, Al Pacino and Joe Pesci both got supporting.
So now Joe Pesci, because he hasn't been in anything in forever, like that I could see. I mean, Al Pacino hasn't been in too much. I don't know. I just feel like it's like the fucking Miami Heat of, and I bring all these iconic actors who do these types of roles over the years.
But if they pull it off.
Yeah.
Which it seems like they did.
Yeah. It seems like
and we haven't watched it even though we have Netflix.
It's so long.
Yeah, it's the length that's holding me back.
I watched it in parts. That's what everyone says.
See, and that I feel like what's holding me back is because I'm like, I feel like I have to watch it all at once. Yeah. It's hard for me to be like, because it's technically
just break it up like a series.
Yeah, I don't know. If someone just went in with some edits and they literally just put like, some credits, and even though it was a direct
turn into a 3-part miniseries.
Yeah. It'd be easier for me to do it, even if there was like, dude, all we did was put credits. Like it literally picked up exactly where it left off.
It would definitely help me mentally.
Yeah,
get into it.
Yeah, it would.
All right, let's move on. Morbius trailer, which we watched earlier, has revealed that it has a Spider-Man MCU connection, which is weird because it didn't seem like it was ever going to happen with Venom, and it seemed like Sony was doing their own thing, but now it seems like they're connecting it. With Michael Keaton as Vulture at the end of that trailer.
Oh yeah.
It's what's going on?
What's happening,
guys?
It's Sinister Six.
So yeah, Sinister Six. Yeah, are they building that up? The Sinister Six.
That's what I think they're.
Wait, so the is that Sony or is
that's Sony? Yeah.
Okay.
But even though Spider-Man: Homecoming and Far From Home
they met together,
MCU, they were still made by Sony. Like those are Sony movies. But the MCU, they just fucking creatively made them.
Yeah,
like storyline was.
What do you guys think of the trailer?
I thought it was good.
Yeah.
I gotta see. That trailer really didn't tell you much about the story other than him just trying to stay alive and gets the power.
I really, I liked it. It was pretty, interesting. But then when I think about it more, I'm like, I need to see more of it because it could still be hokey.
Yeah,
it could. I feel like there's still I don't know. I still get the vibe that it could really tip either way on the scale.
When I watched that trailer, I felt like it was going to be better than Venom.
It's
like
definitely
as soon as I saw Venom, I was like, oh.
Have you seen Venom?
No.
Yeah, it was
as soon as I saw the trailer,
the hatred towards Venom when I actually watched it, I was like, this isn't a terrible movie. Like people were hating on it. But this looks like a better movie than Venom.
Yeah.
Coming from someone who actually watched Venom.
Yeah, I want to see Venom. I feel like now would be a good time to see it because that hype shit or people bashing it.
Because it's really not that bad.
There's movies
and it's super short.
Sherlock Holmes. When we watched Sherlock Holmes, how terrible that movie was.
Holmes and Watson?
Oh, Holmes and Watson. Yeah. One in the fucking same. But when we saw that, like that was, I mean, we still agreed it was it wasn't a good movie.
Oh, it's horrible.
But like watching it later on and like knowing it, you get such a different effect on it.
Yeah.
This is Will Ferrell. Will Ferrell's not the same anymore.
Yeah,
right.
No.
I felt like another shitty Will Ferrell movie.
I felt like that. I was like, oh wow, this actually looks like it could be good.
No, I was definitely intrigued. Definitely when I first watched.
I was just confused because it was like, it was coming at it from like a scientific way, which I thought was cool.
Yeah.
Instead of like him just mystically getting his ability.
Yeah.
It's like a science thing. He's like, oh, it's like the lizard guy from Spider-Man.
Oh, Blade.
Yeah, Blade. Yeah.
No,
it's like the lizard guy.
Yeah, from Spider-Man, Amazing Spider-Man.
Yeah. Where it's like he's trying to heal himself, so that's how it happens, you know. But then they show him slice his hand, and he holds it up to the cave. So I was like, is it? I don't know. I was confused. Is it scientific?
Yeah,
or is it?
I'm telling you,
is it myth /
there's
legend?
plot points that trailer did not tell.
Yeah,
and I think that's maybe where I get the feeling that when I thought about it more of like which way is it going to go?
Yeah.
Like, is it going to be like really really cool and like I don't know like a really good story, or is it going to be like hokey and like kind of like?
But then when they showed Michael Keaton, I was like, oh, like I really liked Michael Keaton I thought he was good.
Yeah, he's great,
especially for a fucking one movie villain, which they fucking always do, and they always always lackluster. He was great.
Yeah,
he was great. So I was like, oh, cool, this could be fucking dope. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it seems like a movie that I'll definitely see.
Yeah,
well, we'll see. Another trailer will definitely help.
Plus, it's cool to get more of an There's not many anti-heroes stuff out.
And then
Venom. What else?
This guy,
yeah. I mean, there's a new Vin Diesel movie based on a comic, but it's called Bloodshot. Have you seen the trailer for that?
Mm-mm.
Sounds familiar.
Oh, the new trailer actually just got released like literally a day or two ago. But that's kind of like he's like an anti-hero.
Yeah.
But that's not Marvel or DC. That's Valiant Comics, which is like a different comic book line.
Valiant Hearts?
Valiant Comics. You fuck.
Side scroll.
All right, let's move on.
And then I watched the Birds of Prey 2 trailer.
I saw that.
Birds of Prey trailer 2.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah.
I actually watched that and thought it looked better.
Yeah, it's not. It doesn't look like a bad movie.
It looked. That trailer made me think like, oh, I can see like, it's not for me.
Yeah.
But I could see
it doesn't look terrible.
It doesn't look that horrible. I think actually the direction of taking her away from the Joker, like having her branch away from that and build her own.
She seems like a little too much with that accent.
It is a little too much, but it's like I don't like. I'm not a Harley Quinn fan.
Yeah.
So then I'm not gonna be like, it's like I don't like country, so I'm not gonna judge the music. But I just thought the direction of taking her away from Joker and having her do her own thing seemed kind of cool.
Yeah, I think it was also smart damage control because Suicide Squad was so fucking bad.
Yeah.
So fucking bad.
The crazy thing was the good things in that movie were actually her and Will Smith.
Yep.
That was it. Yep. That was actually.
Yeah, but even Will Smith, it's like.
Yeah, can you repeat that, Chase?
Yeah, it fucking sucks.
Will Smith is good. I like Will Smith. Yeah. But I think that him as that character was stupid because he didn't even want to wear the fucking mask.
Yeah.
There was like that whole thing like.
Oh, why? Oh,
that character is supposed to have a mask on the whole time.
Yeah.
He's supposed to.
It's a cool looking mask. Like he wears it in the movie.
Yeah, he wears it like in the beginning.
Yeah,
and then he takes it off and reveals his face, and then he was like,
I'm Will Smith.
I won't play this role unless I can show my face this much.
Yeah.
Like when they wanted Tom Cruise to play as Iron Man.
Yeah, they wanted to have like a see-through visor.
He's like, no, it has to be see-through so you can see my face the whole time. Otherwise, I won't do it.
What the fuck?
And then even with Robert Downey Jr., that's why they came up with that in-helm thing where you could see the fucking.
Oh,
you could see like all the stuff going on. They did that partly because they want to show the actor's face.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But then it's like Will Smith, like, I refuse to wear a fucking mask. I want my face on screen. It's like, dude, people know it's you.
Yeah, I know.
You know what I mean? It's like, ugh.
You can still be wisecracking Will Smith.
Yeah.
Rapping.
Right. Yeah, do your thing.
Your paycheck's still going to be as fat
do your thing.
Yeah, you're still going to get paid the same amount.
All right, let's move on. This is a recent news item. Billie Eilish has been tapped to perform the title song for James Bond 25, No Time to Die.
Mm-hmm.
Billie Eilish. Yeah.
She's been hitting the waves lately. She just recently turned 18.
Oh.
And she has officially just hit the internet with some bikini photos from a vacation she was on.
Oh, mama.
And she has a set.
Of huge tits, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
She has a set.
because like her style before that was like very baggy, funky ass, like hip, urban
which
clothes.
was probably smart to not sexualize her at such a young age.
Well, that was in an interview. She's like I like the style, but I also do it because like when I was up and coming, I didn't want people just to judge me on my look.
Listen, I got huge boobs.
Yeah.
And if I'm out here being a sweaty 17-year-old, you're not going to take me serious.
I've got huge knockers. Okay.
Yeah.
And it's funny though because her voice compared to her style doesn't make any sense.
Yeah.
She sound because she's a very she's got a really good voice, and it's just nothing like it. But
it's like Millie Bobby Brown. They went literally the other end of the spectrum of Millie Bobby Brown.
Oh yeah,
she's 12. Well, guess what? She'll fucking suck.
Yeah, she's got Drake fucking texting her.
Yeah.
She gives me advice on boys of 14, like
grooming.
Yeah, grooming. Yes,
grooming when she turns 18.
Imagine that if like Drake has like an R. Kelly like breakthrough later on, where you find out all these crazy
him pissing
things.
on Millie Bobby Brown and shit.
Oh my god. Well, so I watched some of it, and Bethany was watching the R. Kelly shit, like where they interview all those people. Dude, I knew he was.
This is my life. That one?
I knew he was a fucked up guy, but it was like interviewing some of the girls that like he basically held as kind of hostages. But there was this one girl where like her parents knew that this was after the piss shit too, like Chappelle and all that. And so this one girl was like an up-and-coming singer, and he was like, oh yeah, I can do all this. But her parents were like, no, you're never going to be alone with them. And then so there was a hotel room she went to go visit him in like a hotel that he was staying at wherever he was performing. And she went to go stay with him, and so her parents like found out and like, went to go looking for her. So they're knocking on, like they first went to the front desk, like, nope, we can't give out that information. They're like, well, our fucking underage daughter's with this like fucking creep. Mm-hmm. So they start banging on doors. They found out that he actually had rented like 2 floors, and a lot of these rooms were women that he brings with him. And then they found out that he fucking doesn't even let him go to the bathroom, that he puts a bucket in the corner of the hotel room.
What
and they
the
have
hell?
to go in there, and then he lets them know when they can empty the bucket.
Nuh-uh.
Yeah, crazy shit. And then like someone told the story where his own wife at the time was upstairs and they were over, and then eventually he's like, "What do you want?" And then she's like, "Can I come downstairs to go to the bathroom?" He's like, "Fine, I'll let you." Like he was fucking like had like it was crazy shit, like controlling these women and like bringing them on tour with them.
Shit.
Yeah. But yeah, sexualizing Billie Eilish.
Jesus Christmas.
Oh yeah, back to those big titties.
Those big old titties. So
I got a huge set of cans.
James Bond, huh?
Yeah, so she's gonna be doing the lead song of that. Like as you know, it's the fucking Adele Skyfall.
Yeah.
That was a big song. So this could be a big song. Yeah. The Sam Smith Spectre one wasn't as big.
Yeah.
You can even sing it?
No.
I don't even remember.
No. But maybe this will be
She's
big.
a good fit for that, her voice at least.
Yeah.
Definitely like a jazzy type kind of feel.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Next.
All right, this is the final story for movies. Now this is brand new. I've never read this. But it's a full breakdown of Colin Trevorrow's Star Wars Episode 9 script allegedly leaks. Now, he's the director that got fired off Episode 9 before J.J. Abrams came back to direct it.
Wait, so he never directed anything?
He was hired to do it. Yeah, he was hired to do it. I think he had wrote a script, but they dismissed him from directing.
Why? Anything public?
Nothing really. I think it was creative differences and also his movie that he made. He directed Jurassic World. Mm-hmm. They signed him to do this movie. Mm-hmm. Then he directed a little movie. I forgot the fucking name of it. Oh my God, it's going to kill me. But he directed this little movie that got horrible, scathing trash reviews. Oh. And then after that, he got fucking released.
Yeah.
So they must have just lost confidence in him.
Yeah.
You know, because Jurassic World was fun, but like
not
very good.
Yeah.
You know. All right, let me read this story. Let's see if this is worth reading. According to J.J. Abrams himself, his version of Star Wars Episode 9 is completely different from the one envisioned by Colin Trevorrow. Abrams recently revealed he and co-writer Chris Terrio started from scratch when they took over the sequel and began writing what became Rise of Skywalker. Now we may have a better idea of Trevorrow's original plans for the final Skywalker movie. If the leak is to be believed. All right, here we go. A new discussion thread on Reddit's Star Wars Leaks board recaps a YouTube video posted by Robert Meyer Burnett. In the video, Burnett claims to have come into possession of a screenplay draft dated December 16, 2016 by Trevorrow and co-writer Derek Connolly. Mm-hmm. As with recent rumors about the supposed JJ blah, blah, blah. Don't need to read that. According to the video, Trevorrow and Connolly's working title Episode 9 was Star Wars Duel of the Fates. The plot differs quite a bit from Rise of Skywalker, opening at a time when the First Order has all but completely dominated the galaxy. Communication between the planets have been cut off, leading the Resistance to hijack a Star Destroyer and launch a surprise attack on Coruscant, now ruled by Chancellor Hux, in order to activate a hidden Jedi beacon that can pierce the First Order's communication blockade and rally the resistant allies. Yeah, this sounds horrible. It doesn't sound very good, right?
No, it sounds weird.
I was like,
Hux is the bad guy?
Yeah.
Perhaps the most notable difference is that Emperor Palpatine isn't the main villain of the story. In this version, Palpatine stayed dead after the events of Return of the Jedi. Supreme Leader Kylo Ren is shown searching Darth Vader's castle on Mustafar and being haunted by the ghost of Luke Skywalker. Ren eventually discovers a holocron left behind by Palpatine, one containing a message to be played in the event of Palpatine's death. The recorded message directs Darth Vader to seek out Palpatine's master, Tor Valum. It's unclear whether Valum is meant to be the same character as Darth Plagueis and complete his training in the dark side. Palpatine clearly didn't anticipate Vader would be the one to kill him, but Ren is happy to seek out Valum in his grandfather's place. This is really long.
Wow. I mean, that's
Actually, it's on the left.
That's a little bit interesting, just that snippet.
Yeah, this doesn't seem as bad as the Hux. Well, I guess they could have continued Hux, because in Rise of Skywalker, Hux is like a bitch.
Yeah.
They could have continued Hux being a leader.
They just had to cast him to the side. Like, all right, how are we going to just...
Yeah, they just threw him right to the side in Rise of Skywalker. In general, Luke seems to play a bigger role in this version as his ghost simultaneously seeks to draw Ben Solo back to the light and help Rey complete her training. The script also sticks closer to thematically to Last Jedi, with both Rey and Ben voicing a desire to move past the outdated dichotomy between Jedi and Sith. Even Leia refers to Rey as something new and urges her to chart her own path. Oh God, fanboys are not going to like this. This sounds like something that people are going to be very angry to hear.
Oh yeah, they're rewriting the Jedi Sith. You know what I mean?
Yeah, this seems like stuff that people wanted. You know, they wanted Rey to be something new.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
But Rise of Skywalker just said, nope, she's just going to be a Skywalker in the end.
Yeah.
By choice.
Yeah.
In a major shift, Duel of Fates doesn't reveal Rey to be Palpatine's granddaughter, but maintains her status as a no one. Instead, the big reveal is that Kylo Ren murdered Rey's parents at the behest of Supreme Leader Snoke. The script culminates in a final battle between Rey and Kylo Ren on Mortis, a mythical planet in the ethereal realm of the Force, as seen in Star Wars The Clone Wars. The ghosts of Luke, Obi-Wan Kenobi, and Yoda appear in one final attempt to redeem Ben, but unlike in The Rise of Skywalker, he's gone too far to be saved. This leak contains a number of interesting details, including a grotesque description of Torvalum as a 7,000-year-old Lovecraftian creature, Kylo Ren forging a new mask of a Mandalorian metal, and then battling a hallucination of Darth Vader, like Dagobah, that cave.
Yeah,
it's kind of like that scene. Chewbacca flying an X-wing during the Battle of Coruscant, and Lando being called upon to rally the galaxy's smugglers to aid the Resistance. Oh yeah!
Wow, imagine that.
Like some of those, there's like little bits and pieces. It's kind of interesting, but most of it is just like, ooh.
Do you believe it's real? Number one, it's awfully detailed.
Yeah, it's very detailed, but it's also tough. Yeah, it is pretty detailed. I was gonna say it's also tough to say after the fact, after that Rise of the Skywalker's already come out, for someone to go back.
The source of it, that's the one thing you got to check the source, and it's from this guy John Meyer Burnett. Oh wait, not John Meyer. Robert Meyer Burnett. Sorry, he's always on that show on YouTube. I watched John Campea show.
Mm-hmm.
He's always on there, and he's actually a pretty reputable source.
The
fact that he's the one who had this kind of makes me.
How did he get it?
I don't know.
I don't like the idea that Kylo Ren killed her parents because that just feels like how you when. Like, was it like 10 years ago?
What the fuck does that?
Because he's not that old, so it's like when.
Maybe he didn't know at the time. Maybe there's like a revelation that he did kill her.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. Some of this stuff isn't that bad. I mean,
I kind of like it is kind of cool if Palpatine stayed dead and then she found a message of like, go seek out this person. And then like that would it'd visually be cool to see her go find.
No, it would have been him.
Yeah.
It would have been Kylo Ren getting that message, right?
Oh yeah, it was Kylo Ren getting the message.
Oh, I thought you
from
said
Palpatine to go search out his master.
You said Ren. I thought that you said Rey.
Oh, sorry.
Found that and then decided to go.
I just read a lot of words.
So he would have ended up being the bad guy.
Yeah.
Oh
man, this really does put a wrinkle in this because I'm actually really satisfied. You know, we're one of those people that's satisfied with it and actually liked it.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm not gonna lie, this doesn't sound all that bad. It kind of keeps up some of the themes of the first two.
Like the thing with Rey saying that like she's still a nobody in that. I don't know. It gives too much ammo to the people that say like, why is she so powerful? You know, she's just some random person. Whereas with the combination of having to live and survive on her own and then being like, well, she's a Palpatine. That's why she was so sensitive to the Force and was able to really get going. So I did like that idea because it,
Well, we'll never know because it's not real.
Yeah.
And
it's not the reality.
And Finn, you'll never know.
Yeah, there was nothing in that about Finn, huh?
About his Force sensitivity.
Weird. All right, let's move on to games. Now,
the only other movie, that I wanted to talk about was I watched a trailer of The First Cow. It's an A24 movie.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I'd never heard of it.
Yeah, it's an A24 movie called The First Cow. It's about basically like a pilgrim or something that comes and like pioneers and is like a white man in not a white culture. And that he like brings a cow with him and then uses the cow to like make he's like making things with the cream and stuff like that. And like the metaphor of the first cow is like when people would like move their cattle and they would have to cross rivers, they would you have to send one cow first to see like if the river had piranhas in it, right?
Oh,
so you would send like a sickly cow, because like if we lose this cow, it doesn't matter.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? Like it's a scapegoat, right? So then they would send that cow. So the first cow is like the sacrifice almost, or like a good analogy is like if you're speeding on the highway, but there's somebody that blows past you and is doing 110, you know you're fine to do 90 because that guy's gonna get pulled over before you. He's the first cow. You know what I'm saying? So the movie's called The First Cow, and I guess like the ultimate thing is that the cow's not really the first cow. It's the white guy who's the first cow, and him being accepted into a culture where he doesn't belong. And it was more of like a good feeling A24 movie and less of like a
mind
horror.
fuck.
Yeah, it wasn't one of their horror mind.
I mean,
fuck.
they do more typical dramas.
It was it was a feel good. It was kind of like a Dances with Wolves. Like, you know what I mean? Like
there was something recently in A24 that came up. I can't remember what it was, but it was a trailer on Facebook.
Was it a horror movie?
Might have been.
Was that a girl? A white girl?
I don't know.
They do have a movie coming out that I forgot the name of. That was pretty weird.
Is Uncut Gems A24?
Yeah, it is. Yeah.
That's A24.
And the other trailer I watched was Quiet Place 2 trailer. That movie actually looks good, and it is so much higher budget.
Really? You can tell?
Yeah, you can like obviously tell the production has just gone way up because obviously they made a ton of money.
Oh yeah.
Off a Quiet Place, and A Quiet Place only cost like.
It was probably dirt cheap.
It was a dirt cheap movie to make, and they made like hundreds of millions of dollars.
Oh yeah.
So Quiet Place 2 is like, but it actually looked cool. It was like it kind of shows you what happens after. Like shit goes down again. Like this shit hits the fan again, and they're like not able to maintain.
Oh, he's never seen it.
Oh, you've never seen
I've
Quiet
never
Place?
seen Quiet Place. Yeah.
Well, I'm assuming that you're not going to go home and watch it tonight.
Yeah, that's true.
They're not. You know the premise of A Quiet Place?
Yeah, it's basically like I don't know how the beings got there, but you got to be quiet because there's creatures that roam around.
There you go. That's the movie, and the whole movie is them trying to stay safe, and at the end they find a safe haven, and fucking that shows like how shit goes down and like why things are fucked up, and it actually looked really good.
Yeah, I saw a trailer for Bird Box 3. They're skipping over 2.
Oh wow, my God, that's just
Titanic 3.
It's part of the quirkiness.
Yeah. All right, let's move on to the games. All right, we got the first logo for the next Batman game was released.
Really?
This past week, yeah. Oh yeah. It's from WB Montreal, which is not the team that originally did it. They did Batman Origins, Arkham Origins, which we were just talking about that.
Yeah. You can show us the logo?
Yeah, I'm just trying to fucking battling ads here. And it's like the Gotham PD.
What is that?
It has like the emblem of I'll show you.
That's not a Batman logo.
Yeah, it's a logo. They released all these logos like that. It's the Gotham City PD.
Oh, like a
emblem.
Seal?
Yeah, seal.
Yeah.
And so what do you guys think about a new Batman game coming out?
Oh yeah, it's probably gonna be good.
I'm here.
Origins was good.
I'm down. Yeah,
Batman games were good.
Yeah, I love them. Arkham City, Arkham Sound was fucking awesome.
I feel like when the first one came out, it like the combat in it was
it was revolutionary combat.
Yeah,
for sure.
It was so fucking smooth and just so satisfying.
Yeah. So many games after that copied it.
Yeah.
Spider-Man,
that Mad Max game, fucking Middle-earth, Shadow of War, and Mordor.
Yeah.
So many games have copied that fighting. Sleeping Dogs. What?
God of War is kind of like that.
No, it doesn't really have the hand-to-hand counter punch.
Yeah, it did.
Did it?
Yeah. You could fight hand-to-hand.
Yeah, it's true, but did it have the Y over the guy's head and stuff like that?
Yeah, it was like timing and just like straight button.
All right, I guess you
pressing.
could say that.
It was less like old God of War, which was like, what's that Japanese game that was like Shaolin Warriors? What the fuck was that game for PlayStation when we were younger?
I don't know. It's more descriptive than that.
Oh no, that was.
We played it a ton. We always used to rent it.
The Bruce Lee game.
No. Like something Warriors.
Dynasty Warriors?
Dynasty Warriors.
Oh, God,
Yeah.
Eberle played the shit. I remember, the one thing I remember in middle school is that Eberle loved the Dynasty Warriors.
Oh, yeah, he did. Oh, yes.
Yeah, Dynasty Warriors was like, that was like old God of War combat. It's like the same combat.
Those are like action games.
It was
It's
like
Devil May
you're
Cry.
like spinning and hitting 55
Yes.
people at once,
Yeah.
and you're doing like huge
yeah.
elaborate moves. The new God of War combat's not like that. It was like slowed down. It was similar to like Batman.
Yeah,
it wasn't
yeah.
like Dark Souls.
Oh, yeah.
It was more like Batman, where you're like dodging, then hitting X.
Yeah, because Batman gave you, I mean, I'm sure there was probably harder difficulties that made it tougher, but for the most part, if you could just get down hit the button at the right time, you could just evade everything.
Yeah. And then it was also because you had like the axe. You could fight with the axe, you could fight with the blades, you could fight with your hands.
Oh, yeah.
And then you had the shield, too.
Yeah, I never played the God of War.
So it's like mixing combat styles.
All right, now, when the Xbox launches the Xbox Series X this fall, they will not have exclusive games, meaning just Xbox Series X games for at least a year. Meaning it'll be still, but that's basically saying like all the games are going to be cross-platform, meaning if you still have an Xbox One, you're still going to be able to get Halo Infinite.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
You know, which is what everybody already kind of knew, but they confirmed that.
But then so after a year, they're going to start
after about a
games
year,
that aren't gonna
where
be...
they're only Series X, you know, like that new Fable, which they're probably going to announce at this E3. Because this E3, they're going to drop some haymakers.
Yeah.
One of them's definitely going to be Fable.
Mm-hmm.
Imagine a world.
And that's probably just going to be Series X.
Imagine
Imagine
a world.
a world.
Where it's not broken and you can take advantage of the system.
Yeah.
Like when what was it? Was it the third one? Where I figured out you could buy the properties and get rent. And then so I realized you could just make a lot of money off of that. So I spent all the money I could on properties and then left my Xbox on when I went to work or did something and came back and had so much coin. Where I remember the end where you had that big battle and part of it was, did you raise enough money to withstand the battle? Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Or it was like if you had enough money in your personal account, you could cover the expense of the battle. And I had so much coin that I just was like,
I never beat Fable 3. I beat Fable 1 and 2, but that third one really turned me off.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, no.
That game was not what I wanted.
2, I like 2 because I think
2 was good.
I think 2 was the one where I figured out you could buy weapons in certain parts of the map that were less expensive, and then I would go to like the rich areas and then sell the weapons and make a shitload of coin.
Oh, yeah. Fable 3 just was not. It was so linear, and then you become king, and it becomes like a different game.
Yeah, it was
weird.
Yeah, it was weird.
All right, leaks for the next Assassin's Creed have come out. Every year, this always happens. Next one is supposedly called Assassin's Creed Ragnarok, and it is a Vikings game. What do you guys think about that, Vikings?
It's only a matter of time.
Oh yeah.
That's kind of cool.
Yeah. It's supposed to be next gen, and so I think it's a fall game. It takes place during the Viking era, around 845 CE, which is what? That's after death. What's CE? Current era? What is that? CE?
Current era, maybe.
I have no idea.
Oh, well, because BC and
before Christ.
Yeah, they got rid of that.
Yeah.
Now it's CE and something else. God, we're fucking retarded.
Yeah, it's all right.
Don't come here for some historical facts.
I don't need to know that when I go to work, so it doesn't really pertain.
It's true. You definitely don't. Not to
field.
stack soda. I'll tell you what.
I wonder if they're gonna. I'm assuming they're gonna keep up with the same theme of the last couple, with like the RPG.
Oh, 110%.
You know what I mean?
Once Ubisoft finds a fucking formula, they'll run it to the ground, baby.
Yeah, they will.
Now you're gonna visit other places like Paris, I think London, all sorts of stuff. So that's like it's gonna be in like that part of Europe.
You know, it'd be a cool
them
game mechanic.
When Vikings started to come over here.
It'd be a cool game mechanic that they could introduce. Would be like if you had like raids, like how Vikings had raids. So like a way that you had your ship in the black flag, and you would upgrade your ship.
You definitely have a ship. They confirm this. The
so
week say ship.
It'd be cool if like raiding parts of the map was a way to obtain, I don't know, materials
and
or
raping,
whatever.
pillaging.
Yeah. But it'd be cool to do that, like go on raids.
Now, some of the leaks have said that it's going to be up to 4-player drop-in, drop-out co-op, much like Ghost Recon Wildlands. New RPG mechanics, more weapon types.
I'm actually all for that co-op.
Sailing is back. Yeah, it could be cool co-op.
Yeah.
The Hidden Blade returns, better stealth mechanics, a reputation system, conquest battles between independent kingdoms.
I might actually play that.
Players can organize large-scale raids on forts and large cities, or just go at it alone.
Well,
there it is.
There it is. I mean, it'd be a shame if they didn't take advantage of that whole concept with Vikings.
Leveling's getting an overhaul. Yeah, the map, it says, the leak says that it's almost all of Northern Europe.
That's cool that they had the drop in, drop out, because then it's like you can play by yourself and do your own thing, but it would be fun if someone else was on to be like, join up and go fuck around or go do stuff.
Yeah.
And not be like a separate, because I remember Assassin's Creed back in the day, they had the multiplayer, but it was very specific game modes, you know?
And this game on the new console is going to probably look breathtaking.
Yeah.
And it's probably one of the coolest launch games, to be honest. What else? What's next? Oh yeah, Sony and PlayStation are skipping E3 again this year, which is so odd because it's the year of the new consoles, and you'd think they want to go to E3 to show off the new console, and some of the launch games, but nope, they are skipping it. So it's just gonna be Xbox there for the consoles. Obviously, Nintendo will probably be there. Ubisoft, all that shit. The Marvel's Avengers game has been delayed from May 15th to September 4th, 2020.
Yeah.
Wow, really?
Oh, yeah.
Probably a good thing.
Yeah, it probably needs more time because they're doing something really weird with the whole Destiny-style co-op, but then also a story game.
Yeah.
So it seems like they probably needed some more time.
Yeah.
And the Final Fantasy VII Remake has been delayed a month, but we don't really care about that.
I've
but it is a big
never
game.
played a single fantasy.
Really?
Yeah.
I played Final Fantasy X
Final
on
Fantasy.
PlayStation 2 for a while, but I gave up.
I don't understand it.
So yeah, that's it's been a slow week in games. It's fucking January, okay?
Yeah.
Okay, guys, you people out there, you fucks. There's not much going on here.
What'd you play this week?
I told you.
Oh yeah.
Well, I played Madden. Of
You played Madden. You played some Control, didn't you?
I played some Control.
Madden.
Yeah.
Control is great. That's a fucking great game.
Chase.
That's a good one. I actually just got back into the Modern Warfare Call of Duty.
Did you?
Yeah, I hopped online because Anouska was playing it, and like I wanted to get back into it, but then I was playing it. I had fun and into core, and then it was almost like I went back to like my old roots of like playing hardcore, and then like I started using like this FAL like semi-auto gun, and then I've been trying to unlock shit for it. It is really the amount of attachments in that game is retarded.
Really?
And the cool thing about that game and what got me back in, like wanting to get back into it, was like on Instagram or even fucking TikTok, there's people that will be like, check out this mod or check out like this setup, because you can do all these crazy amount of setups where like one gun, like the FAL for instance, probably has 30 different sights.
Wow.
Like, and then like 4 different types of barrels and like 3 different types of mags and 8 different types of stocks. So the cool thing about it is you can take like a base gun, like an AK, and then strip it down to make it like a mini AK, like an AK-47U, where you can do no stock on it, and then like a banana. It's just like, so that kind of stuff is cool.
I just wish the game wasn't Call of Duty.
Yeah.
I do love how there's like more customization than ever before.
Oh yeah,
but I just don't like how you die in a blink of the fucking eye.
Well, that's what's funny about it too, is like I think like any game you hit the different like rhythms of it or like different waves, and like right now I'm in a wave where it's like I'm enjoying it and I'm playing well, and like that's what got me like, I started doing the core, and then now I'm playing hardcore and I'm like doing well and like so it's like, so right now I'm enjoying it and I might as well ride it while I'm enjoying it.
Yeah.
But then I played Apex the other day and I was doing well too. So it just goes, sometimes you play well and things are hitting, and then sometimes they don't. Like when I hopped onto Apex, I was having success with like aiming and stuff, but I don't know. We'll see how long it lasts.
I don't know. I'm just having a tough time getting back into that game.
Yeah, I know. I didn't think I could forever. I hadn't played the game. When the game first came out, I played it for a week or two and didn't touch it until a week ago. And then I started playing it and goes, this is fun. Because I'd taken a little bit of a break from Madden just because I was going so hard at it.
Yeah.
and then I took a break, and I'll get back into it and play it more. Like I'm almost kind of waiting for a lot of this shit that has just came out for the dust to settle, so that I can kind of like
Yeah, Madden Ultimate Team is just it's best in bursts.
Yeah,
where you bang out all the challenges, you get rewards, and then it gets dry.
Yeah, and like you get like up to date with what's released and what is the new currency, or how do I get the good players, and like you kind of understand.
Us three are really good at like the challenges and getting new players that way, but like doing what like Tim does, where he plays like all weekend league and like online, I can't do it. And stuff, and then spends real money, hundreds of dollars.
Yeah.
That's just not us.
Like I definitely spent money on Zero Chill because I got into it.
That you did, pal,
and it was fun. But like I don't know, it goes back and forth because like. And then during that, I was having fun with the head-to-heads, and I didn't mind playing, and I wouldn't get too pissed off. But then you get reminded where it's like, if people know the right plays and they have the right players, there's nothing you can do unless you have the right players and you have the right playbooks, and you're doing the right adjustments.
And it's also hard because we're playing a mode that's pay to win.
Yeah.
So sometimes I'll play people who are my skill level or lower, and I'll have fun. Once I play these people who have super teams, the game's broken.
Yeah. And there's also a little bit, I mean, you can be really bad and have a good team and obviously not be that good, but there's definitely people I play and it's like, they're not that good, but because they have such amazing players, like their defensive line and they're not even controlling their defensive line is so much better than my offensive line, I can't run. And they're not even controlling them. So it's like, fuck, they just have this like ridiculous team. And then then it doesn't help once in a while when there's like the weird glitchy shit.
Oh yeah,
that drives me fucking crazy.
Man, it's just not a clean game.
No.
It never will be.
They updated. There's always updates. They updated the fucking run guessing.
Oh yeah, I saw that.
So when you guess run
which
up
I
middle,
never do.
Guess run left, guess run right. It never really did much.
Yeah.
Like most people you just guess pass every play because the run is gonna go whether or not. So it's like you always just guess pass. And now they've updated it. So now if you guess correctly, if you guess left and it's an outside stretch to the left, it will stop it.
Really?
Your guys will shed blocks in like a second. Because this is how Madden works, is that when a new thing comes out, when they've updated it and changed the way something works, it's exploitable.
Oh, yeah.
So now if you guess right, those guys are going to fucking rip blocks, and they're going to come in, and you're going to get a 3-yard loss.
I guess if you're guessing right, you are getting rewarded. But that's so Madden, where you just take you exploit things. Fucking Lamar, like when Lamar Jackson with the run option, or just run like straight with him. And like there was a period where if you just had him, you could literally only run the ball with him and kill people. And that's the shit that like drove me crazy, where it's like, I don't know, it's just like you just exploit those things, and it's like, it's not fun.
I watched a championship thing on YouTube, like two like pro Madden players playing each other, and one kid was Lamar Jackson, right? And he ran the Panthers playbook, which has a formation called Heavy Panther, which is literally everybody's lined up in a line. And there's nobody out on the outside. There's no receivers. It's a shield. It's like a half-moon shield. And it's a wildcat formation, basically, where you just rush with the quarterback. It's designed for Cam Newton.
I saw that, too,
And the fucking kid literally played his Madden championship and ran the ball with him probably 40, 50 times. Yeah. Like, didn't even pass it, didn't even need wide receivers.
Yeah.
And he was so good at running with Lamar Jackson. He would, like, do this thing where, like, he would go to run, and then he would, like, stop and, like, literally, like, slow down and, like, wait for people to rush in and then blast off and, like, make people take bad angles. And, like, dude, he was so good at fucking people up with it. It was, like, unstoppable. It's like, he's just going to win because he's just going to do this the whole time. Which is funny because that's what the real Ravens tried to do in the playoffs, was just rush it with him.
Oh,
what he was a leading rusher on their team.
Yeah.
He had like 150 rushing yards.
And that first, I think it was the first 4th and 1 that they stopped him, and it was he tried to run it.
He also had like 400 or something passing yards.
They were
insane.
They were 8-8 for 4th and 1s for the regular season.
Yeah.
And then they went for the 4th and 1 and they didn't get it.
The crazy fact is that for an entire season, they only went 8 for 8. They only faced
on 4th and 1s.
Yeah.
You
know?
Their 4th and 1 attempts. They were 8-8.
That's crazy. Yeah, I don't know. That's the thing about Madden. It's like sometimes the head-to-head games you're playing, and it's just like I just instantly get turned off if I know some kid's doing cheese shit.
Yeah.
Like the way I play, I don't do that stupid onside kick thing.
Yeah,
Throw someone off. That's
fucking
fair.
hate that.
I don't do that. I don't. I don't exploit too many things. Like I know if I'm having success running, I'll continue to run, but I'll change up how I'm running. And I like putting together complete drives of run and passing, and maybe some play action, maybe some little dumps across the middle. So it's like it just kills me when people just spam the same thing over and over again.
Yeah.
Wow, breaking news related to football, by the way. Luke Kuechly announces retirement at 28.
He retired?
Yeah.
Wow.
In my heart, I know it's the right thing to do.
He did have a regression year.
Yeah, I mean he's had some serious injuries, concussion. He's had a million concussions. Damn, he's 28. He's been a Pro Bowler 7 times. That's like almost every
Rob
year.
Gronkowski. Well, I mean, he still had an amazing career, but I wonder if that trend is now going to start happening more and more often.
Yeah, I mean, dude, you just got honestly, you just got to make it to your first mega deal.
Yep.
Sign it, play a few years, and then retire. Money. I mean, how much money do you need?
Yeah, that's true.
Like
Marshawn Lynch. That you guys see that was going around on his post interview. And he was giving advice to all the young guys, and he was like, "Yo, man, take care of your mentals.
Yeah.
Take care of your chicken," which I don't know if he meant like health, if it was just a weird slang term, but he kept saying that, like, take care of your chicken. And he was like, make your money, and make sure you're saving your money, because when you get out, he's like, I've seen what it's like on the other side when you're not playing.
Yeah.
He's like, it's fun, you get to do what you want, but you're not making the money. So
it's over.
He was saying,
and you're young.
Yeah.
Yeah, right.
Like, it's not like you retire and you're fucking 55.
Yeah,
Luke Kuechly's younger than us.
Yeah, I know.
Luke Kuechly's retired from his profession at 28. He's got fucking how many years left?
Yeah.
All of them.
All of them. Well, he's got major concussions, so he'll probably commit suicide around 45. So.
He'll either kill himself or become a vegetable.
Yeah. So... All right, so let's go to the last segment. Next week forecast. What are you guys going to do this coming week? Any shows or games you're going to try to play, watch?
Nah.
Are you guys going to attempt to watch Westworld, or is this a fantasy?
I fucking lied right to your face when I said that.
You don't even want were you giving up on that show?
I can probably care about anything
for Westworld. So the thing for
it's better than The Witcher.
Think so?
What do you mean? I think so. I know so. Everything I'm hearing about The Witcher is like
Ranger.
Yeah. It's cool.
It's a solid 8.5 out of 10.
I think that's even high from what I've been hearing.
No. It's like an 8.5.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah, Bethany's sister.
It's not a 6. If someone says it's a 6,
no, I believe it. No, I haven't heard a single review. I'm just going off what
Bethany's
I've heard.
Bethany's sister-in-law doesn't know anything about the video games, but she loves like Game of Thrones and that type of shit. She loved The Witcher.
Yeah, I know I'm gonna like it.
It's Henry Cavill.
Yeah,
it's not some chump we're talking here.
Yeah.
This is a fucking A-list amazing actor.
I think they made the right move.
Who committed to the role?
Yeah.
He fucking dehydrated himself.
But Westworld is also a critically loved. I mean, people love Westworld.
No,
we know.
Yeah,
You've watched it first.
I want to get in Westworld. I got to get her.
It's by March.
I got to get her to watch it too, because I know she'd probably like it.
But anything else?
I want to watch that. I want to watch The Witcher. I want to start Watchmen. I want to watch Once Upon a Time in Hollywood.
Yeah.
I want to not play this fucking stupid mobile game. I didn't play the mobile game for like.
Oh no!
You're quitting? Are you officially quitting?
4 days in a row. I didn't fucking play.
I'm still.
I'll
playing,
still
but...
check in, but I don't know. I'm kind of.
I'm just checking in.
Like I probably hit the wall a little bit early.
It's fun when it's all of us, but then it sucks when like. It sucked that like shit would go on and I'm at work and I can't have anything to do with it.
Yeah.
And then I come home and it's 1-2 o'clock in the morning and all the Korean and Chinese people are on and we're getting attacked and there's nothing I can do about it.
Yeah.
And I'm not losing all my guys to fucking defend the stupid castle.
Yeah.
And it's like
you get wiped in 1 millisecond.
I'll get wiped and I'm not doing it, so I don't care. And then fucking like then I wake up in the morning and all the changes have gone down and I'm like trying to like keep in touch. Like I'm like messaging Perry like, oh hey, this shit went down last night, and then I wake up and like all this shit's changed, and it's like I'm done. This is the game has nothing to do with me. I'm not on during the active hours.
And I think what made it for me that I didn't like was like the potential threat of like the outside stuff. Like it was cool for the politics and trying to grow the map, but at the same time, just like that, if I'm not by my phone and all this shit's going down, and then I plug back in, and then I'm like, I'm like, well, I'm no help. I'm still trying to fucking improve my stuff, and then I'll move this marker. I had half of the shit of what was going on or how it even worked because I'm trying to build my stuff.
I know everything now, but it took a long time. It's a very confusing mobile game.
Yeah, I think it would have been cool. It would have been better if there was like a period, like maybe if you didn't start in a territory like that where it gave you time to grow. And then you could like migrate or introduce yourself into a public land, so you could like be established and know what the fuck was going on, or be strong enough. And then
it's also hard because we're chumps compared to these Chinese people. Like we're fucking like a pebble in a fucking
and the biggest thing is that there's nothing to do. So
you're just.
It's not like if you want to sit and play on your own. Like I want to play at 1:30 in the morning and just grind out. I want to grind for 2 hours. Okay, there's nothing to grind. You can just go fight barbarians and collect stone. Like. That's it.
It's a mobile game. Let's not build this up
Even
here.
Madden Ultimate Team, you can grind challenges. You can do solo battles. You can play online. Yeah. Like, there's stuff to do. There's nothing to do. I don't
understand how the Alzan or whatever. How do you play 12 to 14 hours a day? You must be either spending money.
Nothing to do.
You be 15 years old.
Speed up stuff.
There's nothing to do.
Yeah, but what do you do?
He joins alliances, messages people.
That's what it
starts
is.
drama. Switches. Oh, I'll go spy on them for you guys. Goes and spies on them. Joins another one. He's in the world chat.
That's what it is. He's making his own.
He's moving his base around all the time. You know, he's causing drama.
Oh, fucking weird.
So I don't want to play that anymore. But I wanna do that fucking challenge to get that fucking Madden.
Yeah,
I want to do those challenges,
worth it.
And then I want to play fucking Fallen Order more.
Yeah,
because I like that game, and it's such a
great
combat
game.
Is so fun that even though the Star Warsy story of it is kind of weak, it's still a fun game.
Yeah,
you know, it's just fun to battle with a lightsaber. That's what it is. It's just fun.
Well, I'm going skiing from Thursday to Monday, so I'm not going to be able to play much.
Oh boy, where you going?
I'll have plenty of time to do whatever I want.
Sunday River, huh? Would you guys rent a place?
Heather's family does a ski trip every year.
Oh, so they did
this year we're going to Sunday River.
Are you guys? Where are you staying?
At a big fucking house nearby.
Nice.
So let's see if I can watch one episode of The Witcher.
Oh God.
One episode of Westworld. Season 2.
See, these are good goals. It's not like let me finish Witcher in a week.
No.
It's like one episode. Yeah, all right.
One episode of The Witcher, one episode of Westworld Season 2, and one episode of Watchmen.
3 different shows in 1 week, Tom?
And I want to watch Once Upon a Time Hollywood, and I want to play a little bit of Madden, and I want to a 6-finger I just grew, and I want to play Fallen Order.
Oh my God.
Yeah, I think what I could do is Bethany and I we're halfway through Watchmen. So finish that, and I know she's into it. So we brought it up like, we should finish it.
Yeah.
So she should finish Watchmen, and then try to get her into Westworld.
Yeah, because by March it'd be cool if we were all caught up.
Because I could easily rewatch the first season. I mean, it's
such a watchable show.
Yeah.
So yeah.
So what are your goals for the week?
Well, I'm watching McGregor.
Oh wait, I want to play that Frost. I want to play
Frozen
Punch.
You gotta play Frostpunk.
Oh yeah, Frozen Punch.
Frostpunk is a cool game.
Wait, McGregor?
Yeah, Conor McGregor fights on Saturday.
Really? Who's he fighting?
Cowboy.
Yeah, Donald Cerrone.
Really?
Cerrone. Yeah, so I'm watching that Saturday. I'm watching playoff football on Sunday. Gonna ski.
Oh yeah.
I'm on vacation
what about
next
your
week.
Podcast goals.
Well, I'm on vacation next week, so next Tuesday, before the podcast, I'm gonna play probably more Madden. I want to play more Frostpunk.
You gotta throw in something new here, like we're all doing. What are you gonna watch?
I could try to
start Witcher.
Well, I don't know what day I'm gonna be able to do it. Maybe Monday.
Just watch one episode.
What if
I'm not gonna be able to do it in fucking Maine?
While you're away, you just turn in early every night and watch one episode of Witcher?
No, I'm with like 30 people.
No, I'm not saying then. I'm saying Monday.
Oh yeah, like
you're
Monday
sit
when me and Heather comes
for
back.
12 hours before anybody comes home.
No, when me and Heather come back Monday.
Oh.
Maybe I can watch Witcher that night. Just watch one episode, start it, so we can all talk about it. All right, we'll try to figure it out. But I think that's some reasonable goals. Tom has probably the widest.
I'm just trying to get stuff done.
I like the new attitude.
I want to watch some shit. I want to play some stuff.
I'm definitely excited to watch McGregor. Hopefully not lose. I would like to see him be back to being a superstar.
I don't think he'll ever go back to where he was, but
no. But I just want to see McGregor versus Khabib again.
It's all going to come down. It's all going to come down to him having to. What it seems like he has been doing is just taking it seriously and getting back in the ring and producing the results.
Because he had
the hype is secondary.
On Instagram, there was an interview with him and that guy Ariel Helwani guy, and he was talking about how he was drinking a lot during the Khabib era.
Right.
And it seems like the stardom. It's pretty obvious now that the stardom of being a huge fighter in the McGregor Mayweather thing really propelled him into being a celebrity, being an alcoholic, fighting people in bars.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
You know?
So he has to bring it back down to his roots and forget about the hype stuff, and he has to produce the results first. Yeah. He has to win fights. He has to go in there and win fights like he used to. He's not just go in there and win decision. He's got to he's going to start knocking dudes out again.
Yeah.
Because that is how he got to where he was. So he has to go back and start doing that again, produce the results, put the wins on the board. Then the McGregor, the other stuff is going to come secondary naturally.
Yeah.
He's not going to have to push himself.
Do you think if this fight doesn't go well for him at all, if maybe he'll have to make his slow exit?
Yeah, if he loses this fight, it's not going to look good for him. It's not. I wouldn't say it's going to be as bad as.
Yeah, it might not be his last fight, but it's definitely going to start putting him on.
He's not going to pull a Ronda Rousey.
Yeah, I wouldn't say it would be as bad as that, but it's definitely
also,
along those lines.
If he wins, he's going to fight the winner of the Ferguson Khabib.
Right.
So if he loses, he ain't getting that fight.
Right.
So then it puts a whole wrinkle into the storyline that the UFC wants to portray. They want Khabib McGregor 2.
Right.
Maybe they'll fix the fight a little bit.
Maybe
that's what they're trying to do by putting him up against.
Yeah.
Donald Cerrone's old.
Yeah. And
he's been on a win streak.
He's not he's not the most winningest. I think he lost a fight 2 fights ago.
Really?
I think
as long
so.
As long as McGregor's not eating fucking 3 steaks a day or whatever he was doing for the I think it was the Nate Diaz fight.
Well, he's the
Diaz.
Same. He's fighting in this weight class again where he fought.
Is he?
Nate Diaz.
There was a whole thing in that Game Changers Netflix. Did you hear about that? It's with the Ultimate Fighter. What is his name? James something. The British guy, the British UFC fighter. I forget his last name. If it's James
Hufflepuff.
No, I don't know. Anyway, but it's all about he was a fighter and stuff, and it's all about plant-based diet and all that. And he goes into not the cruelty side of it, but the performance and how he starts with saying gladiators when they dissected a gladiators thing that they mainly ate just vegetables and barley and stuff and rail.
Yeah, actually, I saw something really interesting that was with the NFL players, and they took a guy who was a vegetarian.
That's from Game Changers, the blood samples.
Yeah. They took a guy who was a vegetarian. They took a guy who was an omnivore, and they took their blood samples and then allowed the fat or something
to separate in the blood.
Fat to separate from the blood, and the fat was sitting oil on top of the blood, right? And then the difference between the vegetarians and the person who eats meat was so visibly noticeable. The person who eats meat's fat was cloudy, super, super cloudy. And the guy who's a vegetarian, his shit looked like extra virgin olive oil. It was clear.
Oh shit!
Yeah,
right?
They had him eat stuff too. What they did was, to show it, they gave him burritos, and then the vegetarian guy obviously just got vegetables, and then the other guys got meat. And then the guys who got meat then switched to vegetables, and they did another blood test, and you could see another difference. It was more clear.
And they were saying that the biggest thing that they've noticed with people like that is the healing. That your body goes through its healing processes, in terms of recovery, performance recovery, guys recovering from workouts or recovering from just the football games, you have increased recovery speeds from being a vegetarian.
Wow.
But it might be argued that it's harder to do other stuff, maybe build muscle might be harder.
Yeah.
But at least in terms of the recovery, it is way better because it has something to do with having more. It's just more absorbable.
Yeah, because the thing they mentioned about McGregor, and then they even like showed a little snippet of McGregor was, I think it was the first Nate Diaz fight where he was like super cocky and was like,
and lost.
And yeah, because he had no stamina. That's what it was. Yeah. So because of it, like they showed a little snippet of him after the interview, and McGregor even said he was like, I was eating like 3 steaks a day, and he made a big thing of it going up to the fight, and then they said that was because of some of his like crazy diet, he was trying to be all cocky about it. That was one of the reasons that contributed to his stamina being so low. Yeah. Nate Diaz, I'm almost positive, is a vegetarian.
I think he is. I think I've heard that
or something.
Yeah, but and then like I was like, oh wow, that's cool, man. All you gotta do is just not eat meat. No, because it's like any animal products, like any kind of like animal, like anything.
Oh yeah,
you know what I mean. Like you can't eat animal products in anything. You have to be like a hardcore vegan to avoid the negative effects. So you can't just say, "Oh, I just won't eat steak," and then my blood will be clear like that.
Yeah,
no.
Yeah.
It's like you have to be like super careful and avoid. You have to be like paleo diet, which is where you eat as much raw vegetables as you can, like nothing processed, nothing broken down. Everything's raw vegetables that you just eat. Your body has to digest and shit.
Count me out.
Yeah. I mean, I try to eat like I buy like carrots and fucking sugar snap peas and like try to eat snack on that at work.
Yeah.
And it's actually good because like instead of like, I could like stop at the store and like grab a bag of Chex Mix and like keep a bag of Chex Mix with me at work and like, I'll just snack on Chex Mix throughout the shift.
Yeah.
But then like you feel weighed down.
Yeah.
Whereas if I snack on fucking carrot sticks or fucking sugar snap peas, like I can snack on that
sugar
all day.
And are so good.
Yeah, but you got to get them right.
Yeah, well, no, it's great. So I made this a curry last night that we've made before. It's really, really good. But snap peas were one of the things you put in it towards like the last 5 minutes of it cooking. And before I put them in, I tried one, and they were fucking so fire. They were so crispy and like
that's the best.
Oh my!
When they're crispy and the flavor is like more developed in them, and there's no stringy.
Yeah,
when you eat celery and there's strings in it.
Yeah,
you sometimes sugar snap peas, if you don't get them like I don't know if it's ripe enough or overripe or whatever it might be, there's stringiness in it, and it's like you can sit there and chew on a sugar snap pea and it turns into a ball of grass.
Yeah,
and I had to spit one out at one point.
That's what it was. The craziest thing was the first time I'd ever noticed it. The bag that I got, it said stringless.
Really?
So I was like, I don't know if they stripped it or if it's like seedless watermelon that they just
it's like genetically
they fucked with something, but
yeah.
Well, that's what we're gonna work on.
Well, one last thing.
More vegetables.
One last thing that comes out, I think tomorrow, is that Aaron Hernandez documentary on Netflix.
Oh shit!
That's what we're all going to be watching.
That comes out tomorrow.
Next week.
Wow.
That really puts a wrinkle in everything we just said for the last 20 minutes.
I mean, that's going to be fresh, hot off the press.
Well, it's only
so
like,
I think that's
2 or 3 hours?
Yeah, probably. I think it's like 3 episodes.
Yeah.
3 hours.
I think that's probably more of a priority.
Yeah, we got to see that. As Patriots fans, we were living during... Like,
fuck, when are we going to watch that?
Yeah.
I don't know.
I'll never forget. I was at the pizza place.
That instead of Once Upon a Time.
Yeah,
because I went Once Upon a Time in Hollywood. You could put hold on a minute.
I'll just watch it when you're gone.
When are the Oscars?
I want to watch it again.
You've already seen it, and I haven't.
It's so good. All right.
When are the Oscars?
I think early March.
So we got a little bit of time. Because that's going to come back around for Oscars.
Yeah, 100%.
Our mission as podcasters is to watch every Oscar-nominated movie.
Ooh. Oh, God.
I don't know if we can do Little Girls.
Otherwise, I don't know what we're talking about.
I've already seen 2 of them, so I can't really.
Am I right?
Actually, I want to see Jojo Rabbit because that sounds like a crazy movie.
I want to see 1917, and I want to see Once Upon a Time in Hollywood. And I think those are the only 2 in there. Oh, and The Irishman, I was kind of intrigued. I was like, man, is it that good?
Yeah.
It's just that fucking runtime.
Yeah, I want to watch The Irishman. Fuck.
And it's like set in my head. I don't care. People are like, you can pause it. I'm like, well, no. To me, it's a fucking movie. So you got to watch it all in one sitting.
Oh, one sitting. No pee breaks.
Yeah, no moving, no shifting.
Fucking 3.5 hours, like my attention span.
You're gonna get bed sores. That's from watching it.
Maybe it's that good. That's what I should ask people. How many breaks is it that good because you were able to sit and consume 3.5 hours and like it and it be?
Most people I've talked to that have watched it in parts.
Yeah. I mean, fuck, you could watch 2 hours and then another hour and a half on another sitting.
Oh God. That's crazy.
Just breaking down the simple
You're
math.
2 hours into a fucking movie and there's an hour and a half
left. That's
Could you imagine if it came out in theaters and then your ass is numb 2 hours in and you go to look at your phone, and you're like, oh my god, there's another hour and a half.
Well, it's so weird because I've seen like all the trailers for the movie, but then I'm like, what is in the movie?
Yeah, what is the movie?
What makes it 3.5
Yeah,
hours?
what is going? I'm seeing the trailer. It's old dudes talking to each other.
Yeah.
What the fuck is 3 hours?
Yeah, I know.
Like, how much dialogue is in this movie? Oh my god.
The
was Quentin
screenplay is like the
Tarantino.
size of those 2 pillows.
We gotta watch The Irishman. We gotta see what the fuck is going on.
I know. I wish there was just cliff notes. I'll take the cut down
You
version.
just go on the Wikipedia and just read the
Irishman
read the
Explained.
plot and be like, oh okay.
Yeah,
Just YouTube it. The Irishman Explained.
yeah, that's true.
That's true. All right. Well, on that note,
All right, folks.
see you next week.
Thanks for listening.
Later. Bye.
Thanks, Sally.